reason why I keep tapping in now because I was getting some tea. You know what I'm saying? Unlike, let me tell y'all something. You know, Kelly and Jasmine and stuff, they've been getting tea for years. But I've been getting that same tea. The only difference in me is I be telling people, don't tell me the tea. Send it to Kelly. Because I don't know. The difference between me and everybody else is people like to pump certain tea and stuff like that because they can do the back and forth about the tea that they pumped. I don't like doing that. I can't deal with the pumping of tea and all this kind of stuff and everything and pumping it out. I've always just I'm even one of the people that pass the tea on to Kelly when it come to me. If it come to me, bitch, I'm gonna send it right on over to Kelly. Kelly, you can talk about this. Because I'm more so of like Tonight Show, which is the talking about stuff that go on in ballroom. I came on Blog Talk Radio when we used to talk about the real shit. See, that's the difference between me and Kelly and being a host of a ballroom radio show and all that stuff and like Blog Talk Radio. And I was on the state of emergency. I'm more so of that. That's how I came in. Talking about the issues and stuff like that. Talking about that. And then I would just be on the other shows like Trash Talk Tuesdays and stuff like that for fun. But baby, as soon as somebody bring me some tea, I'll be like, here, Kelly, you can have that tea. Because I don't like that. I don't know how y'all see y'all can release tea. Y'all can oh shit. I gotta put my stuff on my hair. My rosemary mint on my hair that I ain't got. But you see, I don't understand how y'all can release tea. Like say for instance, somebody get mad about the tea you released, and then they want to try to address you about it. That's my thing. I can't do it because I'm the kind of person I'm gonna only let you be mad for so long before I say, okay, do you have a problem? Because I'm real big on if I'm giving you, if I'm telling you something, I'm reporting something, and they got you mad and upset, then you want to get mad at me for what I'm reporting. I'm eventually say, well, bitch, do you got a problem with me? Because I'm not the fucking one that said it. I'm reporting the news. Then when you have a problem with me and you talk a little bit too crazy, I'm gonna hit you in your shit. So if I know that I got that type of attitude, baby, like y'all release that. I'm not releasing that. But I just keep getting teased. T. The T. Where are the icons? Come on, icons. Because whoever come up here and we start talking about, we're gonna start talking about it. I know Nikki said this. I mean, I know Nikki had something to say about it earlier today. Bugs had something to say about it. Somebody passed this to Bugs. Tell Bugs to come up here because Bugs had something to say about these trophy parents too. I have a little to say about trophy parents and how I feel about trophy parents in ballroom today. The pros, the cons. Do we even think that that's something that's gonna work? Do we think that that's something that like how do y'all feel about that? Oh, bitch, one minute you in this house, you only in this house for about a year or two and stuff like that. 3 years now you're in another house, all this kind of stuff. How y'all feel about that? You know what I'm saying? What is the pros and cons to having trophy parents? Like, what's that? What is the pros and cons to trophy parents? Do y'all feel like is that something that you respect? When you did come in the ballroom, what time did y'all come in the ballroom? When y'all came in the ballroom, what type of parents did y'all come under? Did y'all come under trophy parents? Or did y'all come under like parents? What kind of parents did y'all come in when y'all came in the ballroom? What kind of parents did y'all come in under trophy parents? Or was they like your parents? Like was they people that like you actually listened to? Or people that was actually involved in your life and stuff like that? Like what kind of what kind of parents did you come into ballroom under? Because I don't even see nothing wrong with having a ballroom parent that's not really your go-to parent, and you may have a parent in a whole nother ballroom house. You know what I'm saying? But how do y'all feel about that? What are the pros and cons to trophy parents? Do you think that that's a good thing today? I want to hear from some of the younger generation too, because I was gagging at some of the responses that I was getting from some of the younger generation how they feel about if they want somebody to be considered a trophy parent or they don't feel like a trophy parent is being a leader. Dr. Pepper, baby. What up, Cam? The Paris. Y'all still on the call to Paris? What is it? Let me see. Why did y'all hang up? Mm. What up, Opulence? AD. Don't gag on the bag. Don't get the bag, don't gag. What? What's up, y'all? Did you say something to Paris?
I ain't say nothing.
Oh, I don't know where the hell they be at or what be taking them so long. I told them I was gonna come on. It'd be so funny to me how people be like, y'all having a show. I mean, if y'all want a show, we can have a show. Then where the fuck they be at? I really would like somebody to get what we talking about tonight. We talking about trophy parents versus real parents in ballroom. Like pros, cons. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all think that that works today? How do you think the kids feel about that today? Did y'all even like it if you've been in ballroom for many, 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 many years? How did you feel about trophy parents and stuff like that? Do you think it's still good for organizations and everything? Because I know people still play around with that. Like, girl, you just here to go out here. You just be pretty, shut the fuck up. You don't do nothing. Like, how do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about people that was trophy parents that don't want to be trophy parents no more? They want to start stepping up and they want to start doing something. And then now everybody be looking at them like, girl, you just a trophy. Like, girl, what? No, man. I'm happy I have real parents. I'm telling y'all would gag at what I've been getting back when it comes down to majority of what people been saying today. Stuff has changed. When I came in the ballroom, damn near every house had a trophy mother. They didn't have to do shit. They had a trophy father or something like that. Like these people that have rose up into ballroom, they may not have they didn't have to have leadership skills and stuff like that to be no mother, no mother and father. They didn't have to have that. We're talking about trophy parents, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, pros, cons. How y'all feel about it today versus how they felt about it yesterday, or even did they even feel any kind of way back in the day and today? It was just I had it, and it's just like it's been different people talking about parenting today in ballroom and what they think people should be. They've been talking about, and I've been gagging at some of the responses on these different posts and stuff because I'm like, okay, I wouldn't really even say I was gagging because I kind of already knew how these, especially the new generation, think. Shit. But what do y'all think? Too many messages. Uh huh. Amy around. What's up, Coach? Thank you. And I am trying to get to my goal tonight. I've been going live and stuff. I'm back on the bag. Challenge completed. We are friends. Okay. Okay. Had to check that out. You still got your Christmas tree up? Yeah. I mean, child, y'all know I don't be understanding like what if they don't send it to me in my they don't send it to my phone, I don't be knowing where the fuck to find that shit when they create the new name and all that stuff. Yeah, I still got that Christmas tree up. It ain't Mardi Gras yet. I'm from the South. It ain't Mardi Gras yet. So my tree's still up until after Mardi Gras, baby. So you're gonna see J Rock Ebony and this Christmas tree till after Mardi Gras. What's up, Chi Chi? What's up, Chi Chi? While I'm waiting on the icons, any one of y'all can come up here and give me y'all opinion on what is the pros and cons of a trophy mother. Do you even think that should be in ballroom today? Do you think they should have trophy mothers on both scenes? Do you think they should have trophy mothers or should they have mother mothers? And if they do have trophy mothers, what is the pros and cons of that? And what is the pros and cons of having a real mother? And like some people say, well, I think you should be able to balance out the two bitch, my mother is in the business. She's a leader, but she's also on the floor and she knows what the fuck she's doing. And she's a, you know what I'm saying? You got to find that balance. And I think that's what a lot of the younger people saying. They feel like that's what's hard to find when it comes down to ballroom. Is somebody with that balance. Somebody with that balance of, oh bitch, they are trophy mothers, they are the done dollars, they rock socky, they can do all this kind of stuff, boom, 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 but they still involved in the kid's life, in the house life, in the things, the day-to-day operations, and they have leadership skills. You either got leaders or you got trophies from back in the day. And then most of the leaders were not the folks that they wanted out on the front lines. And most of the people on the front lines, they was like, baby, shut up and just walk the ball. Look pretty and just be quiet. Or go out there and regulate on the floor and regulate on the people. You know, you got some of them fathers and be that dominant figure, but you ain't got nothing to say about the everyday, day-to-day operations of chapter or house. Imagine a trophy father and a real mother. I don't even know how that dynamic would work. I don't know. Bugs may have went to sleep, but I know Bugs said he wanted to have a conversation too. Like, are there any houses out there? That's what I was thinking.
Don't let me get up in here and start talking real intellectual to y'all because I feel like, for one, when you talk about the culture of ballroom, because people don't really understand how the dynamic kind of works, things are now lost in the sauce, right? So, like, when you talk about a mother or a position in ballroom, is essentially establishing a chain of command in a sense. So the mother or whoever the father essentially is the leader of the chapter who is supposed to be the driving force. It does not necessarily imply that this person is going to take on ownership to actually be a chosen parental guidance to you, if that makes sense, right? And again, even in that space, it still has to be, when you're ready to cross that boundary with that person, that has to be something that's mutually understood and agreed upon between the two parties. However, a mother of a house is essentially a mother of the chapter of whatever, how you ever want to look at it. Now, we're talking about specifically like over like an overall mother position, but even like again in the breakdown of that, I know I know somebody like Barbie. I honestly feel like would fit the realm of a trophy mother, but because I have my own personal experience with her, I would also say like I don't know. She gives very motherly vibes. Like even though
Mm-hmm.
she's a overly fat femme queen, like anytime she ever came down here and she was like interacting with our chapter, it always gave like she was just a down to earth ass. You know, like she just gave motherly. So I can't say like from another person's perspective, they
You
would
talking
look at
about
her and think
Diddy?
like, yeah, Didi. And they would look at her and think like, oh, you know, she probably just a trophy mother. But in my own experience, I would go to say like, no, she's a hands-on mother too. Like she's very motherly, um, as it relates to like, you know, the kids in the house.
I wouldn't have a problem with any trophy mother. I think that it depends on the stipulation of how they came to the house. If you came as just a trophy parent and you're somebody who walks and wins, I don't have probably too much of a problem with that because everybody is not set up for the day-to-day activities on the back end that is needed to run a house. So I'd be okay if you come and you're the mother and you come and do whatever you do. Heck, I could deal with this as a father as long as whatever the mechanism that's behind everything is running to be able to facilitate to move the house. If they're not contributing, then it just depends. It depends on where they contribute to the house.
Yeah. Who is this bug? Me personally, like I said, I came in under a trophy mother. I came in under trophy mothers around ballroom, to be honest with you. And for what you had said. I get what you're saying too. Thank you, reach around. If y'all can get me to 5,000 a night, I'm good. I'm not asking y'all for a dragon or nothing like that. I'm not asking y'all for no dragon and shit like that. I'm talking about 5K. That's what I'm asking for. If I can get 5K on my shows, I'll be good. But what it says, I came in under the trophy mother generation where everybody had like these people that you barely even heard them talk. Like you barely heard them talk. You didn't even know how they sound because they never said a goddamn word. You seen them on the floor though. You seen them on the floor, like and even with the trophy mother, they wasn't on the floor everywhere. They was on the floor for certain balls. You ain't never heard them talk or never say nothing, anything, bitch. They just walking. Then when you seen them and stuff like that, you seen them out. A lot of these trophy mothers and trophy fathers, we used to see them out and stuff like that, and you speak and everything. You know, I came up in the time in ballroom. If you didn't have like a name or something like that, and you said something, people would look at you like, "Who the fuck is this person talking to me?" They used to do that kind of stuff. These days and time, these kids gonna read the fuck out of you if they try to speak to you, and then you look at them like, "Okay, baby, I'm just here to walk this ball." And then you got the social media generation now to where, bitch, you do something to one of these kids, bitch, they gonna blast your ass. Like if you treat a kid, you treat one of these new kids crazy these days, your ass getting blasted all over social media. Then you gotta deal with that. Reach around. What the fuck is you laughing at? Hold on. They may not even come up tonight. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. But until they come up, while we waiting on them and stuff like that, I do want to say that I watched over the weekend. I had seen Coldest Winter Ever, and I just want to say shout out to all the girls that walked Woman's Face, Femme Queen Face. Period. I really enjoyed that. What's up? What's up? Oh, thank you. Thank you, reach around. Thank you, reach around. Somebody else can send something. I did enjoy the face, but I didn't see nothing else. I didn't see nothing else. Thank you. I didn't see nothing else. I was trying to see was it fully attended? Was it packed like usual? Like what's going on? I honestly believe that it was just and it's not a read. This is just coming from the background of how Caesar promotes stuff, y'all. I just didn't think that the ball was promoted good this year. And that's not even a read. It's just like I was like, I remember seeing, oh, the room is lucky. Hold up now. The room got lucky on its own. Somebody sent the Supreme Lion. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that Supreme Lion. Go ahead and send them swords and the Pegasus and all that stuff and everything. Thank you. Thank you. The room is lucky. The room is lucky. I'm trying to get to 5,000 by the end of the night. The room got lucky with just me up here. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Send it to me before everybody come in here trying to ask stuff. Send me, you know what I'm saying? Send it to me before they try to ask us. I'm just playing. They need to hire you. They need to hire Roxy. No, but seriously, the coldest winter ever is normally like the categories is out at least a good 4 or 5 months before the ball. And I'm talking about all the thorough categories, the everything. I just don't remember saying nothing about the coldest weather until last month. I knew the date. He announced the ball 2 months before it happened. I knew the date, but I didn't see the actual categories. And see, what y'all got to start understanding about y'all throwing balls. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all can throw some Supremes, some Pegasus, and the Supreme Lions, and the shifters and the swords and all that kind of stuff. Thank you. I wish they had it. I know it's a dragon in there somewhere with one of them swords, but thank you. Well, but it says, what y'all got to understand about New York right now when it comes down to ballroom. What y'all have to understand about New York right now when it comes down to ballroom is people have to plan. Folks have to plan. Folks that don't live in New York, we have to plan. But you got to get Airbnbs. You got to get hotels for some people. You got to know how you're going to do transportation, how you're going to get around. Are you going to get a rental car? Are you going to be taking the trains? Are you going to be taking Ubers? Depending on what day. Because when I go to sometimes I take the train, sometimes I take an Uber, but I have a certain amount of money that I travel with to New York because I'll be like on the day of the ball, I'm taking a Uber to the ball, but everything else I'm taking a train or something like that. And I really don't like driving, period, these days, but I sure don't like driving in no motherfucking New York. So you have to know uh let's see, and this is why proper promoting is vital. Right. I need if I'm gonna walk a ball in New York, I need to know my category of good. I'm gonna just say this, and this is only because I've been in ballroom a while. Give me at least 3 months. Give me at least 3 months so I can plan, budget, all this kind of stuff. And then we're not already talking about, I might want to walk another ball before then and stuff like that. See, Roxy, 11 months, that's because you got, baby, listen. Roxy, if you walking the ball, they need to make sure that they have their stuff in order, especially a lot of y'all that walk these fashion categories and all this kind of stuff and everything. People spending their hard-earned money on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? People spending their hard-earned money. I'm just saying in general with fashion categories. Folks ain't out there stunting and fucking writing checks and all that kind of stuff like that no more. Baby, people gotta be like, you know what, I'm gonna put that to the side because this ball is coming up in about what about 8 to 9 months, you know what I'm saying? I got the category down. Oh, let me go on because I know I'm gonna have to get her, and I know I'm gonna have to get that little coin, that little cute girl right there. Bitch, don't walk labels. J Rock, you ain't walking that many balls. You's an idiot. You just come on here just saying anything, don't you? Bitch, I got trophies from last year. How many balls did you walk last year, Barry? Besides the one in DC. How many balls did you walk last year, Barry, besides the one in DC? Because I can tell you how many I walked last year. 3? Oh, what? I walked 5 balls last year, Barry. 5 of them. I won 6 trophies out of the 5 balls that I walked. I'm sorry, 7 trophies. I won 7 trophies out of 5 balls that I walked. I'm fab though. That's nice to be fab. I've never been fab. I just always been a winner. I don't want to be fab. I just want to be respected in my fucking category and win the category. I don't need to be fab. That's something that you want to be fab. See, that's why when you become a parent, you just might want to just be on them trophies. Yo, are you a trophy, Barry? Who wants to hold you high, Barry? Who wants to say, Barry, I'm all the above? For labels, you have to put aside money for looks that aren't even made yet. Oh, that's another thing, Roxy. Like, you know how y'all be like getting stuff? I always wanted to ask this, and I know you'll tell me the truth. Do this stuff be really coming straight off the runways of Paris for these people? Maybe back in the day, but these folks that be like straight off the runway in Paris, and the folks that be like only 2 or 3 made by me and stuff like that, and everything and stuff like that. How long would you need to know a ball to get some like to get stuff off the like? How much is that like really expensive to get stuff straight off the runway versus getting something in like what is the dynamics of that? Like how does that work? Y'all have to know a fashion if they are connected with the brand PR. Cause that be tripping me out how people be coming on the runway and then folks be like, yes, ma'am, I don't know how she got that. I don't know how she got that. And you be like, well, how did the fuck did she get it, girl? Like, See, that's why y'all need to all that 11 months and all this kind of stuff. Give me 3 months, 3 to 4 months. But when it comes to New York, I need to have time. I need to have time, and I just don't feel like, and I really feel like that's why Coldest Winter Ever was not attended as heavy as it normally is. Barry, where were you for Coldest Winter Ever? Did you go to Coldest Winter Ever? Oh, hey Barry, how you doing?
No, but okay, so you asked Roxy a question, and I
Uh
feel like
huh.
typing all of it. But like what
Oh,
most fashion walkers do is like throughout the whole year, you see stuff and you buy it because you just most fashionistas just have a love for fashion and they just buy stuff regardless whether or not they're walking or not. So then like a category will come up, you're like, oh bitch, I got this shit right here that I never wore yet. Oh, I got this right here. But then you'll put that together and be like, okay, well maybe I need a hat or a glove to go with this. Then you'll start buying accent pieces to match what you already have. But like, if you're a real fashionista, you just buy clothes because you like buying clothes, not because you need to look fat for a ball.
oh, and then a category will come up, and you just like, oh, bitch, I got that piece, and I can put that piece with this piece, and I'm just to fuck it up, and it still be in season, and it still be like, cause you are a fashionista, period.
Yes.
Ah, but Roxy, is you been is this some ballroom that you throwing down here? Oh, I don't want to spill the tea, but I mean I know the tea, but let me see. Hold up. I want to spill the tea, but I don't want to pop the bubble of the fantasia. Is that what you're trying to say? You don't want to pop the bubble of the fantasy or the fantasia? Like like what are we talking about? What are we talking?
Well, she's talking. Well, you have some girls that like they will buy and then return, or will play in Nini's closet, or get something from somebody else. But
No, but I'm just saying there's
there's a will, there's a way.
the only time I heard the word fantasy is from, I don't leave it alone because I don't know if that's where that was going with.
Well, no, but like some of the stuff that you said, like, well, how did she get that? Like, okay, so say like I have a girlfriend that works for Scaparelli, or like, what I'm saying,
Mhm.
I have connections to Scaparelli or whatever. And a ball's coming up and I need these pieces. I could just be like, hey, bitch, like I need these pieces. And then you just have it pulled, walk in it, and then just return it. Or just be like, I have a client that's doing a photo shoot next week, and we want to, pull some Scaparelli pieces. You pull them for your client. Oh, you know what? That's not gonna work. The photo shoot was canceled. Do you get a shit back?
So the girls be walking and stuff that they gotta send back to somewhere, and then they gotta get it back there before they.
I don't know. Yes, well, it has been done. I don't know if people are still doing it to this day, but like it has been done.
Baby, y'all. Mm-mm.
Ditto,
So
Roxy. I own all my shit too.
so do people still do the tuck the tag in 2026?
You mean like buy it and then like leave a tag on it to return it?
Uh-huh. Or either have a little tagging thing at home to put the tag back on.
I'm sure I'm sure they do. Like I said, if there's a will, there is a way.
Yeah. I said
If there's a
probably.
will, there's a fucking way.
The girls
Like
out here.
I've seen somebody, and I'm not going to name the name. They were barefooted at the back of the runway, right? When the category got called, like right when they walking up, they put the shoes on, walked in them, came down off the steps, and then took the shoes right off.
Did they win?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a lot.
If you returning the shoes, they can't be scraped up at the bottom. Because like I used to work at Nordstrom. That's the first thing you look at is when somebody returning shoes. Like you look at the bottom of it, make sure like it's not scuffed or like.
But see, did you
Even though
wear these
we
shoes
would take it
tonight?
back anyway. We would take it back anyway, but
Do these people take them back and not give you the full price, but will still take them back? And people
when
buy
I worked at
used.
Nordstrom, if you had your receipt and it was within a return policy, we had to take it back.
Hmm, I just find it crazy. I just find it crazy. So that I can only imagine, like, rock. How Barry? How long do you need to know before, like, if you say I'm gonna walk this ball, even in runway, oh, especially in runway,
I like
How long you need to know that ball in that category and stuff before you say I'm walking that?
Well, like I said, it all depends on what the category is, but I like to at least have like at least 4 months, at least 4 months, because like I need at
Even in
least a
runway.
few. Well, for runway, I need, of course, you need a few months because, like, say, like it's calling for like avant-garde or like wicked or like bizarre. You need to find a makeup artist. You first need to find a concept, figure out
Uh-huh.
how you're gonna make this concept work, find a designer, find a makeup artist, and then if it's not in your state, well, how the fuck I'm gonna get these wings or this big bag piece or this headpiece to this next state that's not driving distance. So it's a lot of moving parts that come along with like runway, you know what I'm saying, get something done for runway. But like if I walk in fashion category, like I want at least like the same amount, like 4 months, just in case I have to get like stuff made. Um, you know what I'm saying? I can budget and buy stuff, you know what I'm saying, over a course of time without having to like, like use a credit card or something like that to like buy it all at once. So I mean like I would say 4 months for like anything I want to walk, at least.
Because one of the things that I had ran into, one of the things I had ran into dealing with this ball was that the woman's face category had came out, and I looked at it and I said, "You can't, man. It don't get no easier than that. All they asking for
Listen,
is
I don't mean no harm. I love Caesar. I love the women. I love female figures. Now, but this is the third time that he's giving away over $5,000 to a female figure category with only t-shirt and jeans. Like, let's be gender neutral and
give some other
and
people some
sex fair. No, because like
give some,
how
give some
like
other
female
people an
figure runway
opportunity.
got like $6,000 for runway for t-shirt, jeans, and fur. This is the second time that face has been over $5,000 for t-shirt, jeans, and fur, or t-shirt, jeans, or whatever. But then like American Runway was $5,000, but we had to like come as a futuristic god from 1984. Like what the what?
For
Like like you don't want to
$515.
like if it wouldn't it make more sense for male models to be coming down the runway in a t-shirt and jeans than like I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I don't
I
know.
if I wouldn't have had I told people that all the time. They say like the kids have told me, I used to always hear that they'll say they'll say, okay, we having runway practice and stuff like that. They used to always be like, the fuck is J Rock? You know, when the new kids come in the ball, they be like, what the fuck J Rock walk like J Rock realness with a twist and he walk realness, like what the fuck he gonna teach us about runway, right? Then they'll come to runway practice and everything. They just be like, he really not, why you don't walk runway? Then I say, actually, that's my first category. And they be like, well, why you don't walk it? For what you just said, Barry. Bitch, I remember I would never forget the Transformer, the I forgot who did it, but you remember the runway where
Oh,
they
little
had all the
JoJo.
little
That was little
cars and
JoJo,
stuff?
Balenciaga.
Bitch, I said if I would have lost in that, it's not that I lost because of my walk or anything like that, but if I would have lost in that, I would be just so over it because it's like you could tell when somebody put they fucking time and if that like was so meticulous to me.
But
When I
I
started
think that's
seeing
the
stuff
part
like that,
that's lost in ballroom is that like people don't do stuff no more for the love of it. Like, I mean, like now as me being a little older, I'm like a little bit mindful of like I ain't spending all that to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it all depends. But like back in the day when I was a statement and I was like, going for my legendary status, when I was like trying to beat a rival, I just wanted to like really win this ball for bragging rights.
mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like I just wanted to get the reaction from the crowd. It didn't really matter, like, oh my God, this is if I lose in this, if I just wanted to make the moment and get the clip.
Thank you, Mother Lamia. I just didn't like when I had first started coming in the ballroom, like my first category was Butch Queen European Runway. And for some reason, every time it was time to walk, it was just so fucking simple. They'll say, bring it in all black. Real. And I used to love when they say, in a chic look, all black, we want to see walk, either bring it in a clean, blah, blah, make it simple, no over the top, blah, blah. And so that's what I was hearing when I first came in. Then this thing, it was like, when they start putting themes on it, and I go to the bar and I'm looking at all these people, I'm like, bitch, why you got all that on? Why do you have all of that on? Because when I first, you got to understand, when I first came in the ballroom, I was looking at all the voguing and the realness and the face, and I was looking at all that kind of stuff, but I never paid attention really to runway as in the theme parts. when I thought of runway, I thought of on like people putting on clothes. You see what I'm saying? Or like putting
Mm.
on something nice or fashion, and then you selling your garments on the runway. That was what was coming to my mind. So then when I had really started seeing runway for what it really was, I was like, "Bitch, I'm not making all that. Hey, Asia, I'm
Yeah,
not doing
somewhere
all that.
along like the mid 2000s, that's runway became more fantasy than Model S. You know what I'm saying? Like it became
Ben
more
model. There you
dramatic.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. Because I just
I would
had like the
that's like
I,
that's like Jay and Warren and people like that started making runway a little bit more theatrical. So like around their generation, that's when like people wanted to start becoming more effective.
I can even understand what do they say? Is it what's the designer that always have the over the top stuff even on their fashion shows?
Alexander
With
McQueen.
Alexander McQueen. I can even understand that, but then it just went it was started getting even crazier. And I'm like, what the hell? But
Like
okay.
last year, legendary runway was high fashion bizarre. I'm like bizarre. How the fuck? You know what? Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that.
Right. What's up, Arnold? What's up, Arnold?
Mm. What's going on, Gladys Knight Saint Laurent?
What wait.
I'm keeping your seat warm for you, honey. Come on.
What
I'm keeping your seat warm.
oh no, where he just wait. Oh, there you go, right there. What you talking about? You keeping his seat warm, Gladys Knight Saint Laurent.
That's my
No,
bitch.
but but
I live for Arnold.
But yeah, I really wanted to call the coldest winter ever. But what had happened was I had two girls, as a matter of fact. And this is what happened. I just knew it. I was like, bitch, you doing that. I don't give a damn. I like, bitch, I know it's next month, but we gonna get you out there. And they was like, and they looked at it and they read, they was like, oh my God, let's do this. Until I heard this. Um, like where we gonna be staying at? And I gotta get my money for this and I gotta get my money for that. And I need my MUA and then I need this and I need that. And then I'm just like, oh, it ain't as simple as I thought, bitch. We going to New York. So then I'm starting
Yeah.
to look at it. Then I'm like, well, I can swing it and I can do that, but then I gotta swing it for two girls, and I'm trying to help them out because I did pop this up on them the month before, like they ain't got nothing to do.
What
And then
category they walking face?
yeah, for a woman's face. And then
Mm.
all of a sudden, because we looked at it and we was like, that is simple. And even though it was simple, I'm thinking like this. I want them to have on a nice designer top and a nice designer bottom with some nice pumps and you know what I'm saying, and everything. Make sure that the face and the mug is stamped. And you know what I'm saying? Because the two girls I do have, they're just natural beauties, like literal. You know, it's hard to find like people that don't really need makeup like
No,
that. These
it's
girls,
no shade. That women's face category was probably one of the most competitive face categories that I've seen since the $7,500 ebony ball face category
yeah.
in Atlanta. Like that was the competitive face category with like all the heavy hitting like femme queens. But like
And that's
this, they had like the heavy hitting legendary girls, Tiffany Perp, Jamie, bitch, what? But
like
like they had like
they was coming out, and I just
but
even
it was
wanted
like
them to be,
25 non-legend like the people
and
be
I just
been was
want,
reading people was
but like I
reading
said,
season ball. I was like, most of the people that was in the building must have been walking women's face because the
but
fucking line for women's face was
I
all the
just
way
wanted my
down the
baby,
damn
I just
block.
wanted my babies to even be in the line up to show what they can do and how they can compete against a line like that. But like I said, once I started looking at the logistics and all this kind of stuff and everything, and plus balls that's coming right after, and the balls we had just had right before, and I was like, I'm done with that part of my life of, well, child, I'm going to this motherfucking ball, bitch, and I deal with that when I get back. I can't do that no more because it's. I realized that in when we was talking about parenting, because that's really the thing about the show we just had was going into this. That's another thing about parenting. When it was just me and I was just traveling the balls, baby, I used to make a couple of sacrifices of late payments on something or something like that. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I was, oh, bitch, I just had it like that all the time. Yes, I was one of those. Well, child,
Payment arrangement. We gonna make a payment arrangement for this real quick until I get back.
I'm going to this ball. You see what
Hopefully,
I'm
I win
saying?
this grand prize.
I'm gonna, and if I win, then I'm good because I know I got a late payment. Do you know it's been times where I have paid? Do you know it's been? Oh, look, you laugh because you know how that go too. You know, it's been times I have I'ma just say it, and I don't. As a father, everything changed. But when I did the girl. When do y'all file for evictions? I've done it.
No, I ain't never do that, right? But I did call my
Listen,
father one
Barry.
time. No, I called my father one time. I was like, Dad, they about to come get my car. Dude. Like, act like really going in. He like, well, how much you need? I'm like, I told him I needed like $600 so I could get myself
So I can
together to walk off.
listen, Ninja. We have been through like some of us have been through that. I've been to the part to where I know they filed for eviction on the 10th in Texas, right? Your rent is due by the 3rd. After that, it's a $10 fee, and some people it's a $10 extra fee a day until the 10th. On the 10th, they go
But see,
file for
this what you need to talk about to our 313 of your followers is that this is the part of ballroom that this generation they're experiencing right now, but they're not coping with it the same way like we would, that same way that we cope with it, right? And you can tell because like again, you are in a situation to where you know that you about to get evicted. However, you gonna find a way to pull it off, right? You're not gonna let the situation stress you out. You're not gonna
right.
let the situation
You like,
take you
yo,
out of
nah.
there. You
But
and
I'll
then I'm
have
gonna
this
get to
many
this
days.
ball and I'm still gonna find a way to pay this rent. That's
See, but I think the
But
difference now as a parents is like I know that a lot of people earlier on joined ballroom for like survival, whether it was like they didn't have a home, they didn't have a family, didn't have anybody to understand them, they didn't have this and the third. Nowadays, these girls like they can go to school up in drags and as a you know what I'm saying, like they have more license to do things. So a lot of these kids are joining ballroom just because they want to express themselves and show off their talent. So they feel as though like, why the fuck would I do that just to vogue, or why am I going to do, you know what I'm saying, the commitment isn't really the same, and it's not because
or
they aren't committed, but I feel like
or
the reasons why
but
people are walking
no, you
balls are
you were you were
different.
you were exactly right. And so because their commitment is different, their expectations are different as well.
Exactly.
So now when you are met with these people who have this ideology that, oh, because you wear the title of mother, that you are supposed to that you're supposed to treat me like a child. No, baby, this is ballroom. The title of mother is for me to lead you, to guide you, to make sure that you ready to hit the runway. It's not for me to sit here and basically fit into your every want and need because you want something. Excuse me.
and that's
Yeah,
another thing.
I
Like I
think that
said, we
whole you the mother, you the father thing comes in when people don't want to hold themselves accountable. Like if you telling people like 3 months before ball, all right, y'all, let's start getting ready, and then we come down to like the final weeks of the ball, and you're like, well, I don't have it, and then like as the mother, father, you're like, okay, well, baby, we'll see you when we get back. The last thing I want to hear is, well, ain't you supposed to help me out? No, I did help you out. As the father, I was letting you know when you should be getting ready because I've been walking balls for 20 years.
Exactly.
I know what it takes. So I'm telling you now, bitch, get your shit now. But no, you being a child, not listening. So now when it comes down to you, now you think I'm your real daddy and supposed to like make sure like I eat oodles and noodles for the next 2 weeks. So you no, we're not doing that. Like that's not what this is about.
but that's the different parenting
Okay,
though. That's
oodles
but
and
but
noodles.
but, but that's what I'm saying. You also had that time of
No,
ballroom
because not
parents.
to cut you off, not to cut you off, J Rock, because the parents nowadays, I know, like, I work in the school system. I didn't see parents like sacrifice a whole bunch of shit for kids that don't deserve it. So, like, yes, I've seen parents like they will they will, instead of their kid will miss a bus, instead of putting their kid on the public bus, they'll put their kid in the Uber and then they'll call out from work that day because they can't get to work because they don't got no money. So, how the fuck is you
Bitch,
running your household if you're not going to work? Like
bitch.
it's ass backwards.
Oh well, that math ain't mathing.
I would give
No,
you
no, no,
this
no.
dollar and
But you
60
gotta
cent, and
understand.
you get your little young ass on the bus. You in eighth grade, you get on the bus and walk a mile to the school. I'm gonna get in the Uber and get dropped off in front of my house so you can have lights and food when you bring your
And right,
bad
but
ass
see,
back
Barry, that's
home.
why I say I think it all is based on experience as well, right? Because like when I came up and I was growing up in the 90s, right? So when I was in elementary school, mm, I walked to school with all the neighborhood kids. You
Yep,
know what I'm
we
saying?
all
So
went to
I
school
again I
together.
don't I don't know the experience of somebody whose parent basically, like
Took
my
them to
mama went to
school
work.
every day and
You
stuff.
right, like we was I guess we were made responsible at a very young age.
No, but
But
when I was in
like
high school, my mother, she had a car and she was working remote a few days from home, and she had a car. I was still getting my ass leaving to get on in the bus to get this to get the bus to school. Like I have a car, but I have to. I'm not about to wake up early to make sure you get to school so I can. I have to be to work in my computer at a certain time. I'm working and you have a job to do too. Do your job and I'm doing mine. That's how I
But
was
that,
raised.
that that goes back to teaching them, like, even like I said, whether it's blood kids, whether it's ballroom kids, whatever, it's teaching resilience and how to fend for yourself and stuff like that. See, like I said, even though I did that, that's why I said when it was just me, I could go to New York, do a turnaround, go there and be like, bitch, like I'm telling y'all my what it really took me in 18 years, like my beginnings. I literally would go to fucking, if I knew that I was going to a ball, why am I getting a motherfucking hotel room if I'm doing a turnaround? Do you know I would go there and I would find something to do all day, bitch, and then go to the ball after the ball, then go to the train and go back to the airport, and I would motherfucking be like sleep right there by the airport with my damn big ass bag that I had, my military bag, and then when they wake up and then I'd be like on that first flight out, get off there, get on the first train stop to my job where I was working at in the military, walk around there, run around the corner, go into the showers, all this kind of stuff, put my uniform on, be sitting at the desk, and then be on live. And people be like, "Weren't you just in New York?" I was.
But those are so fun. Like actually for Naomi Ball, me and one of my kids did that. We did a turn around and he was like, well, what we gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna show you how. He like, what we gonna do? I'm like, just just watch me work. So like I made sure like I got our tickets to where like once the ball was about to be over, we was leaving and then like we caught the train downtown, sat and like went and got some pizza and shit like that. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Had like a real time. He was like, oh, I didn't know you could
See,
do
but
that. Like I thought you had to get a hotel. Right?
experience the
No, you
like
don't have
no
to do that.
experience the city. What the fuck am I getting a hotel for if I gotta be back at work tomorrow? Bitch, I better
listen,
get back on this
and this is
plane.
again, this is all of the things that if you don't have these type of experiences in ballroom, you become one of those bitter people who are always in and out of ballroom, always talking about how you just hate the scene. And I'm like, bruh, that's because y'all not experiencing everything, the culture for what it is. I used to get put on a flight and then you get connected with your house member and you staying with your house member. Like I'm not this that's the culture that like I came under. I don't think that again these the people don't have these same type of experience. Like on Facebook, somebody made a status about like in the house sessions. Whatever happened to that? Like them was
You know
those
what's
It was
sessions
funny? My
fast.
bred
my
greatness. What are we
first like my first
like?
two like my first 2 years in ballroom, the only like friends or people I hung out with was my house members. Dude, I'm gonna be so honest. You're probably gonna think I'm so stupid. I didn't know that it was like really allowed for like different houses to hang with different houses. I thought like you could
It
only hang
makes
like when I
sense.
first came
It
out.
makes
I
sense.
thought you could only hang with your house.
I can
I
No,
really
it
did.
makes sense.
no. People think that even now today.
Like my first 2 years, I only hung with Dior's. Like I did not hang with nobody other than people that was like like with like Sandy or whatever. Like if Sandy had kids, like well, this is my child so and so Ms. Rahi. I'm like, okay, that's my auntie. She's cool, whatever the case is. But like going over like another so and so Revlon's house, like bitch, what? Like I didn't know that was allowed. I thought it was like real gang gang.
But what I say, if you go back, like going back to what we were saying about parenting and stuff like that, the reason why I was getting to it and I was just sharing my experience, because like I said, I've never been the one to lie and say. That's why I really don't never read people. I read them if they do it when I told them not to do it, right? I like I said, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I didn't jeopardize a phone bill, some rent, or something like that because I knew. But you gotta understand the way I was too. I wasn't an idiot. I got paid every first and 15th regardless. I was in the military. So I knew that if I wanted to go to this ball, I'm gonna go to this motherfucking ball and I'll pay that late fee on the rent and all this kind of stuff. I've done that. But once I became a parent and in a leadership role, I knew that nobody like that's not good. You see what I'm saying? that wasn't good to be doing that or teaching the kids to do that kind of stuff. So I would tell them, if you cannot go, you can't fucking go. That's just it. And it used to hurt me because it'd be like a lot of times this is the experience that they need to boost them forward. But at the same time, girl, I'm not paying your rent when you get back. Boy, I'm not paying your motherfucking phone bill when you get back.
And then
You
you also,
just
as a
can't.
father, not going to promote irresponsible life skills.
Irresponsible. But and I also don't want you to be in some of the situations that I was been in. Because sometimes it did not always work like that. And I'm not talking about, but bitch, I'm gonna get my bills paid. I'm talking about getting to motherfucking New York, thinking Uncle Mike is at work at the Port Authority, and he ain't at work. Phone die in Manhattan, bitch. You know it ain't no plug nowhere. Bitch, it's dark, it's freezing, and it's raining, and I'm sitting outside in front of a fucking restaurant down on Broadway in a little corner because I found a little plug in the wall and then fell asleep and woke up and somebody trying to give me money. Somebody looking at me like, here you go, baby. You can get you something to eat. Bitch, I'm not homeless.
No, well, that's so funny. One time, me and one of my sisters, we went to Philly, and we went to we at the bus station. We went to the mall. You know, like how the boys be playing them little like scam games, like the card games, whatever the case is.
Uh-huh.
Dude scammed us out of like $500. We was in that bitch
Oh.
gagging. We was in that bitch gagging. And mind you, we didn't know that like with the like we bought a ticket for the Greyhound. That should say it was like for like 5 o'clock. But all this happened like around like say like 1 o'clock. And we didn't know that like you could go to the Greyhound station early and just get on the bus if it's space. So we walking around Philadelphia for 4 hours, broke, trying to figure out what to do. So it's
Well,
like,
first of all, say hello, folks. Say hello.
He
oh no,
said
we were
hello
here
when you had
first.
walked
No, you walked
in.
into the room and we
He
already
It
called you
put
don't
the
it
Gladys
don't
door.
Knight.
matter. It don't matter. It don't
He
matter. I
called you.
came through. I
He
came
So you
called
through.
say,
Say hello.
so you excuse yourself and you say hello. You need to walk back out and come back in because we did not see
No,
this to us.
I walked in. When I walk in the building, everything shut down.
Well,
Oh
baby,
no,
you
he
have
didn't want.
you got runs in your stocking, so we was trying not to
He,
draw attention to you. You had
never
runs in your
runs.
stocking.
Never runs. There's never runs in Agent Provocateur.
You want
Never.
to
then
know
he
what?
said,
You want to know what's
Never
so
runs in
crazy?
Agent.
What's so crazy is that Barry hearing your accent. Where are you from originally? Baltimore.
Yeah, but
Me?
well,
You know about
kind of. Yeah,
Barry.
I'm from
Yeah,
Baltimore
Barry.
born
Barry's
and
from
raised, but like
Baltimore.
I also lived in Columbia, South Carolina for like parts of my life because that's where my dad is from.
That Baltimore
I just
accent
want you
is
to know,
thick.
Arnold, that he called you Gladys Knight Saint Laurent when your name had came up, and was
He
that
does.
what?
I've been Gladys Knight. I've been Marla Gibbs. I've been a
All the
host.
all the legendary black
All the
divas.
legendaries. All the legends.
All the legendaries.
How's everybody? How's everybody tonight? How are y'all
We
doing?
doing good. Arnold, do you
We're
have
doing
kids?
well.
I do not have kids. Thank you for asking that. That's interesting that you would even ask that. But I do
You
not
don't have
have any
ballroom
children.
kids,
You don't
Arnold?
have chosen.
Oh, you
You
talking
don't
about
have.
ballroom kids? Oh,
Yeah.
I have kids. Yeah.
Arnold
Uh-huh.
wasn't slaying no fish patties back in the day to be
Well,
having
we
no
are.
kids.
Yeah. Nobody was. I never.
Because I like you never hear Arnold talking about his kids or his parenting experience.
No, they don't. The only one that's really even none of them are doing ballroom at this point. You know, Keontae does not do ballroom anymore. My child
Mhm.
Collis doesn't do ballroom anymore. Michi barely doesn't do ballroom anymore. The only one that does ballroom is Tiana. Is the only one that does ballroom. So
Keontae,
Keontae, yeah, you know
Keontae.
Keontae.
that walk rooms of the
Keon,
twist.
no, mm-mm.
Oh,
She's watched streetwear.
Yeah,
Keontae's
well,
oh,
from DC. From DC.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Well,
And
from
Keontae
I,
Allure,
California.
Keontae Allure,
From
Kiana,
California.
so
But
Kiana is your baby.
Kiana
Tiana,
is not. I ain't say no Kiana. I said
I was about to say,
Tiana,
Tiana.
oh, Tiana from West Coast.
California.
West Coast, yes. That's my
Okay.
daughter.
I was just say Kiana. I was going to say, bitch, how old are you?
No, Kiana is my sister. That is my sister down to the heart.
Do
Also,
Keontae
all
still live in
y'all.
DC, Arnold?
Fish patty. What'd you say?
Who
Do
said
Keontae still
that?
live in
Yeah,
still live in
Keontae
DC?
lives
Thank
in
you.
DC. Yeah, Keontae lives DC, Maryland area. Yeah.
Thank
So
you
all
for
your
the
kids
gift,
is
She want to
dropping.
wear
everybody.
Keontae loved DC. She ain't even going back to California. She want to live back in California.
I'm sorry, librarian. Thank you,
Loves
librarian, for that.
DC.
I didn't see that. Yes, I am trying to get to 5,000 a night. Thank you, librarian. I didn't see you sent over that
Look,
card. Can
everybody,
I get?
everybody. Me and Rodney are not in the rebate tonight. The rebate's over, but I'll still enjoy anything that you have to give.
Well,
But
where is
Rodney's not
Rodney? He's
here
still in New
tonight.
York.
I'm sorry.
Where's Rodney and her? But they still in New York.
Nah,
I don't know if I don't
I
know.
got it.
Rodney was at work. He's not feeling well. He's at work. He was at work and he was just coming home a little while ago and he's not feeling well. Harold had something. It was something going on that he had to do to take care of. I don't know if he's coming later, but he had something he had to take
Ain't no
care
telling.
of.
I would, and I know Harold. Like, me and him had a lot of similar over the years. Like, I used to listen to him when it came down to certain situations of being a
No,
father and stuff like that in ballroom and
no
stuff
fish
like that.
patty. I'm
So,
not. Uh-uh.
but back to the original conversation, I was saying that what got me was I could have put my girls in situations, but I did all that as a butch queen coming up and everything. Oh baby, that's not gonna work for no motherfucking girls, bitch. No
Mm-mm.
ma'am. Like they gotta pack too
What's the
much.
conversation about? We
But at
Pitching,
first we was
pitching
talking about
pennies to walk balls and like teaching your kids to be
oh,
financially
pitching pennies to
responsible,
okay. Yeah.
because
stuff like that.
the original conversation is ballroom parents and trophy parents versus parents and what you want us to be for you and all this kind of stuff. And then I was telling them we started talking about ballroom preparation and we got to the coldest winter ever. And I kept saying, it's no shade, no read, no nothing. I didn't see the promotion like that, so I couldn't really get ready for it. So when I seen that $10,000 and what it had called for, I was like, well, bitch, we supposed to go get that, right? But then when those questions start coming up of where we stand, I got to get an MUA. I got to do my hair this way. What we gonna do right there? We got to get the Uber money. We got to get this. And I said, oh, bitch, we are going to New York. And I'd be like, when y'all be throwing these balls in New York, y'all have to give us some time. You know what I'm saying? To like really prepare logistically of being up there. And it just really gave. And then, oh, I didn't even throw this one in there. Bitch, it was Valentine's Day. Like, bitches, everybody not motherfucking single.
What does being single on Valentine's Day have to do with anything?
Bitch, because maybe if you can't make Valentine's Day a New York thing, why is you going to a ball when you should be at home with your Valentine? Now, if I was single, I probably could do Valentine's Day wherever the fuck
Well,
I'm at.
isn't New York a destination for a lot of things? That's surely
Right.
a destination for
My
Valentine's Day.
thing is, if I already have plans for Valentine's Day and I find out 2 to 3 weeks before a ball, I may not be able to make that because now I'm gonna have to
You
But
know it
cancel.
was more than 2 weeks. You know it was more than two or
listen, but
three
let me
weeks
let me
before.
tell you one thing, right? If somebody I was dating was walking it's Valentine's Day and they were a contender, and I'm like, bitch, you could win this $10,000. Listen, baby, we're gonna go to brunch, and then after we go to brunch,
I
we're
mean,
gonna
Right.
do your makeup.
there are a
Barry,
host of
you're in. But Barry, you're
things
in.
you can do in New York City for Valentine's Day. It's a
But I
host of
know that.
things.
But what y'all not understanding is, once again, y'all are talking from a ballroom standpoint from somebody that's in ballroom. The two people that I have, they are not. They just literally like they haven't been.
That makes no sense. I'm sorry. That makes no sense to me. What do you?
Oh my
So
God, that's
so
because you're in the
let me just say
ADHD
J
generation.
Rock.
You didn't let me
Wait
finish.
J Rock. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is, with the two people that I was going to take up there at the last minute, no matter if he had promoted it in December or whatever, we saw it about 3 weeks. I'm saying that I could not do what I was doing when I was a young butch queen and just swing that because they already had prior plans with people in their lives that is not in ballroom. They may understand what they're doing on a local level, like, babe, you want to go walk this ball and stuff like that. Oh, okay, but you know what I'm saying? But us changing our plans, getting up, let's go here, let's go to New York, let's do this like that. Logistically, it just did not work. You know
Well,
what
that
I'm
makes
saying?
sense.
That's all I was saying.
No,
Like
that
I was
makes sense. I thought you were talking about something. I thought you were about you and your partner. If you
but
had a
do
partner
you see
and
what I'm
whatever,
saying? But that's that.
I didn't know you were
But
talking
in
about
this
other people that
see,
you had
but
to
in
bring
this
with you.
world, but in this world of communication, this is what happens on Bigo and in these gay conversations. Nobody ever let nobody finish their sentences, and then we get this bunch of back and forth, and now we mad for nothing.
Ooh,
And that's no shade. I do it all the time. I just sit there and I just say, child, let them just whatever. Y'all ain't never seen that. That's what happens these days. Like people will be saying, no, 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 no. And you be like, well, bitch, I was, oh, no, no, no. And then you be like sitting in the back, like, maybe if y'all would have finished y'all sentences, y'all would still love each other and not be ready to pop each other after y'all
And
get finished.
oftentimes, if you can be a little more succinct in what you're saying, then you'd already it'd
You're not
already
supposed
be
to say that word. Like, I mean, I'm in college and everything, but what did you just say?
there.
If you would be a little more what?
I just say if you be a little more succinct in what you're saying,
The
then
fuck
you
is
would.
that, Arnold?
Use
I'm pretty
context,
sure if we're using our
J Rock.
context
Use some
clues, I think he's
context,
saying if
please.
you be a little bit more clear or direct.
Specific,
Exactly. A little bit direct. Thank you.
specific. You were saying being direct,
Or it's
specific,
being a
and
little more specific. Yeah.
you could have
If
said
you had
that. You could have
said
said a little clearer or a little more clear. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, anyways, send me that word in the type that out and send it to me. I'm gonna use that. But
They jumping on you now. They did. Okay, will not be any jumping.
Roxy,
they're
we're not
not
doing
jumping
that. We're
here.
not doing
Stop
that,
it.
Roxy. Roxy, we're not doing that. Y'all already know. I'm not the one to
What's
be sitting
up,
up there
Kay?
saying
What's going on
I'm
with
the
you?
word king. No, but like I said, but like I said, yeah, that's what it was. And it was just like it
Mm,
was kind of like bittersweet because it was like the two girls that I have, they are natural motherfucking beauties, and what I love about my two girls is, and this is no shade to nobody or whatever. Y'all ever see like
right.
some of the women, they'll come up and they know they beautiful and stuff like that, but they'll come up and they just be standing there and they'll try to do a little selling. You be like, okay, that's cute for them. No, my two girls selling like they motherfucking temperance and they know how to get the crowd up and look
Well,
all into that. I was like, this
they
would
would
be
have
a
been in. They
good.
would have been in a number. That would have been a really hot competitive category for them to walk that night. Because like
Exactly.
I
Well,
don't
And
it
mean
I
no
was
also,
harm.
competitive already. Yeah, it was. It was.
It's like this is the first. Like I
you
was
know,
telling
you
J
know,
Rock.
Thank you, Reach
Like J Rock.
Around. She did. She looked amazing. Yeah.
I told Arnold. I mean, I told J Rock that like this was the most competitive face category that I've seen since the 7500 when Didi won in Atlanta. Like that was a competitive
just
category, but
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
this one
competitive.
right
I thought
here.
didn't you didn't think the 10,000 strength of a woman, the love of a woman, charity of a woman. I can't remember the name of that ball. I know it was a something of a woman. You didn't
yeah,
think that was
soul of a
competitive?
woman, heart of a woman.
Where was
Heart
that
of a
at?
woman,
The Mary J.
strangeness of a
Blige ball.
woman.
That's what I call it.
Oh, the
Mary J.
Mary J.
Blige ball.
Blige ball. Mary
No,
J.
I
Blige.
didn't like that
See,
ball.
You didn't think?
I
I mean, I'm
mean,
talking about the face
no, it
category. You
was
didn't think the face category
competitive.
was competitive?
It was
The
No, it
girls
competitive,
came
wasn't.
but
out.
it
It's not
wasn't given.
competitive
It
with
wasn't
if it's
given
not
what
going to be
the Ebony
judged
Ball was
fairly.
given. The
Well,
Ebony Ball,
why
it
it
was
wasn't judged? Well, you thought this one was judged fairly?
Yeah.
um, yeah, I really think it was
Strength of a
fair.
woman. Strength of a woman. Yeah. I'm sorry. Say it again.
I think this
Thanks,
category
Kima.
was highly
Hey,
Are you
competitive, and I
Kima.
alleging?
think
Are you
it
alleging
was
that the
really
right
fair.
woman didn't win, Arnold?
I'm
Mm.
not. You said it when it's judged fairly, or what did you say? Fairly? Did you say fairly?
Yeah.
I
Didn't they
think
have a
Tell me
people.
what
whole
the
I
word
bunch
think
of
you
people
said.
are.
celebrity
Well, I was
judges
saying,
on that
did you
panel?
not think was this one judged fairly in comparison? You saying it wasn't judged fairly. I thought they both were judged fairly. So I mean,
I thought on that one when they had the 10K, they had a lot of like non-ballroom people judging.
So is it not fair because it's not ballroom people? I don't understand why
Yeah.
people think that because you're not in ballroom, you're not being fair. If anything, you're
Tropics.
being
Her
more fair
name is
because you don't know anybody that's walking.
Well, but you just because you don't know them doesn't mean that you know what you're judging either.
But okay, so tell me this, right? How long do you have to be in ballroom to know that like somebody is more gorgeous than the other person? Like how long do you have to be in ballroom to know that like this person's performance is more eye-catching than this person's performance? Like how long do you have to be in
Mm.
ballroom to know that this person is presenting more of a,
I don't
I
think
guess,
it's about. I don't think
cisgender
it's.
than the
I
other
don't think it's
person?
just about. I don't think it's just about time. I think we try to make things so
No, but
surface
there,
no,
level
there,
no. I
when
think no. I think the question that
the only
the
thing I
part is
say,
that people always say that non ballroom judges don't have they don't know what they don't know what they're looking for. Like
they
how long
don't.
do
absolutely,
you have to like
and
how
that's
much
absolutely true.
experience do you
That's
need
true
to
though.
know?
I'm sorry, that's absolutely true, Barry.
That's true.
That's absolutely
That's just
true.
like a person who's never watched football cannot go and become a referee because you don't know the game
So
to
this is
call
what I
it
Yes, you
fairly.
do.
Barry, look,
No,
Barry,
listen.
look. This is what I
I'm
say.
a big fan of track and field. Right. I can definitely go and be a track and field official because I know where you need to be in the time in the exchange zone. I know how many hurdles you're not supposed to hit for to be disqualified. I know like what your form's supposed to be when you're supposed to hit the board for long jump. I used to run track and I used to coach track and I am a connoisseur of track.
Right. But so you
I
making our
can do
point.
that.
But
You
that's
making
a
our point.
spectator. That's a
But you
spectator
making,
that
but no, but you're making our point. You making the point though, Barry. That's
No,
what
but
we're
what I'm
saying.
saying
Because you
is with
let me,
ballroom, you're
Barry,
comparing.
let me say just let me say this right quick. You're talking about so you the years that you've been in ballroom, the time that you've spent understanding the nuances of what ballroom is about, and understanding what the categories call for, what the categories are, how you sell, how you're supposed to look, what's supposed to happen, you know, how your face is supposed to be. You can say a girl is beautiful, but she got 20 pimples going on the side, but she's lovely. But the ballroom girls know, girl, she got all them pimples on the side. How she, you know, what's that giving? Uneven skin, uneven tone, different things. Ballroom people are able to pick that up because they've been in ballroom for that. The girls just off the street, just Mary J. Blige, and them just saying, "Oh, that's a pretty girl. Let's go. She's fine. She's beautiful." That's what we're talking about. It's the same thing like with best dress or with any kind of fashion. Barry, you know, you look for what's the fit? What's the fit? Is the pants breaking at the top of the shoe? Does it fit well? Does it look good?
Okay, so all right,
Those things like that.
that would be correct if I went outside on Fordham Avenue and picked 9 people. Say let's take fashion for example, right? And say
It
go
don't
out
Mary,
on.
just because
Wait a
Mary
minute, let
J.
me
Blige
finish.
sing
Let
a
me finish.
song
Let me
don't mean
finish.
she
Let
can
me
tell
finish.
somebody's pretty. Just
Wait a
because she
minute.
sing a
I
song.
because
said
they
I'm
chop
using an
Chinese,
example.
baby. They
You
chop
said fashion,
Chinese.
right? So, but like say we picked Offset, Tiana Taylor, Zendaya, Law Roach, Parker Posey, Sarah Jessica Parker to judge best dress or labels. Those people are definitely qualified to sit up on a
Definitely
panel and
qualified.
judge.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
like just
Definitely.
because you're not in
but you
ballroom doesn't mean
just but
you're
Barry,
not gonna know what you're looking for.
you just handpicked the people who would be qualified because they have some type of interaction
Well,
or
but the thing
understanding of
is, winning the
ballroom.
$5,000 best dress in Atlanta that one time, you had Marlo, you had what's the other fashion? You had fashion people that was up
Ain't
on the
nobody saying nothing about
panel.
Marlo. Anybody, you talking about one? Anybody. I don't think anybody's talking about Marlo. I wouldn't even say anything about Law Roach being up there to do it. Law, I mean, he certainly knows his shit. So, I mean, why not? He was up there. He was well in his rights. They were well in their rights to put him up there so he could judge foot and eye. But you're not you just can't put a whole group of strangers up there and tell them what it
You
look like.
know.
I.e., they've had a group of people where they've had the whole panel judging realness, and it's all half of the majority of them were women judging realness. It became I've looked at it and became so much who's cutest, who's the cuter boy.
Right. See, and they get like that.
Judging
They already
how
know that they're gay.
they
That go
already know
hero
they.
right there.
Yeah, but my whole thing is if I'm at a ball, if I'm on a panel as a straight person, I know that I'm in a room where the women are certain kinds of women, and then these men are, certain kinds of men. I already know that,
Yeah,
but all I know is,
yeah.
oh damn, I know that you're a certain kind of individual, but bitch, if you ain't tell me to choose a certain, I wouldn't have never. That who needs experience to know that somebody's real? That's the whole point
But
of realness is
that's
to.
only.
No,
But my thing is very
I'm
the
telling you,
judges. What I'm saying is
Barry.
that the judges panel needs to be qualified to judge
Barry,
the
it doesn't
ball.
work like that, Barry. And I
Yeah,
swear it doesn't work like Barry. You've seen it. You've been in the room when you've had a full put that they've had that child had teachers up there or something, had teachers up there to do something, and it became a look. They wasn't even really looking whether somebody was real or not, whatever they thought they wasn't gay or whatever. They were looking at who was cutest. The boys were taking off their shirts. Who had the better body? That's all the girls were looking at the time. It was
I've
an
lost many.
affront. It was
They
an
do that
affront
even
to
with people in
realness.
ballroom because I've lost many. I've lost to a lot of abs in my life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
I'm sitting up
it
there,
was
I'm
an
winning,
affront to
I'm slaying,
realness.
I'm sitting up there
But
slaying
but
people left
but
and right,
in
and then
hindsight, in our mind,
that
we
young
could be
boy come up
saying,
there with
"Oh,
his
you just
motherfucking
like this
abs
boy
and they
because he got
motherfucking fit
abs."
me, bitch.
But what if that person really thought that that person's realer than you? Like it's kind of hard for me to believe that like a straight person will sit on a panel and pick the gayest looking person, all because their stomach looks better than the straighter looking person. I just don't see that. Maybe I'm
Thank you,
being naive.
Naima.
Maybe I'm being
Trying to
naive.
get
I
the
don't know.
5,000, y'all. I'm trying to get the 5,000.
Yeah, and then and idea, I think Tropics, you said it or something like that, that they should straight women should judge film queen. That I believe that's the worst people to judge film queens. The worst people for straight women to judge film queens. No,
Why?
straight women get upset of a lovely girl of a lovely girl. You want the straight women to come up there and say, "Girl, yeah, she looks just as real as I do." Don't work. Don't work.
But if the women are on a panel to judge a group of
Arnold.
trans women and they're judging off of who they feel like, listen now, come on, let's be real. You're
That
not gonna
don't
tell
happen,
listen,
Bear.
You're not gonna tell
Bear,
no straight woman,
you
you're
looking
not
at
gonna tell no
you looking
straight
at
woman, listen, girl, look at these two
you
film
looking
queens and
at a
tell me
pie
which
in the
one
sky
you think
thing,
is
Barry.
da 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 da. And they're
You
gonna
not
say,
out,
oh,
Barry. I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
pick
you're
the
being
ugly one
realistic.
because this one is too pretty. They're gonna say, oh no, they're gonna pick out the one that they think looks like the girl, and they're gonna be like, yeah, I don't think she is. That's what a woman's gonna do. A woman not gonna look at
Yes,
You know
thank you,
what,
and
Barry?
Susan.
I
say,
don't
I'm
think
gonna
Thank
that
you,
you
pick the
really,
one that
Susan.
don't
Barry.
look
It's no,
like a woman. You know what I'm
Barry,
Thank you,
saying?
Susan. They
Barry.
do
It's
be
no
hating.
shade.
They will
Barry, it's
hate
no
on the
shade.
girls. They would
Barry,
Barry.
it's no.
You always say seen straight women judge the
I
categories
was about
before.
to say,
They
hold on,
have
hold
been
on, hold on,
judged in
hold
the
on, hold on,
categories before.
hold on, Barry. It's no shade, and I'm not even being shady. I feel like you really don't know girls then, because
You don't
Please
know
don't know.
women.
even in
I
You
that
would
don't
man,
wait
know
for somebody to
women.
tell me that because I was raised by nothing but females since I was 16
no,
years
no, no,
old.
no,
My
no, no,
nephew was
no. The
born.
female
So
figures you
I
was
know
raised
nothing.
by
I
might be
know
some good.
females.
The female figures you raised by may not be pressed by no woman because they know who they are. My thing is that woman, that soul of a woman, whatever strength of a woman, ball. It was women up there turning their noses at girls that you know. Now come on,
Absolutely,
bitch.
absolutely, and it's happened many times with straight people on panels. It's happened many times. We've sat there through it, and we're like,
Girl,
"Why is she up there?"
they literally chopped Shanice like she was. They was like, girl, what? Girl, what? And I'm like, so you telling me Shanice was not beautiful?
Right, Susan. Exactly. They'll do it. They be hating. It is very. We've seen it. I don't know where you've been, but we've seen it countless numbers of times.
You ain't never, Barry, you ain't never seen somebody where they be like, oh, she beautiful. And the one girl be like, I mean, she all right. She ain't all that. You be like, girl, come on. 90% of us in here said that this person is drop dead gorgeous, and you sitting here talking about some girl, she all right.
But to sum that up is that straight women just hate on femme queens. That's really subjective because to tell you the truth, I've heard everybody on this panel be contrary to someone that everybody thought looked good one night or ate it one night. Arnold, you specifically been like, oh, girl, she ain't all that. I've heard you do it several times, Arnold. So
I
we
said,
do it
who
as
ain't all that?
people.
Who did I say it's not all that?
Oh, Arnold, please, you are listen, you are a tough
Barry,
cookie. It's been several times where everybody like, oh, you like, come on, Arnold, like, please.
Barry Hayes. I ain't said nothing about the girls. I live.
Maybe not the girls,
What
but
kind
you.
of girls though?
All the girls. I love all the girls.
Oh, Arnold, you let the girls, but you let the Butch Queens have it. How about the Butch Queens?
I let the Butch Queens have it on for what? What you say I let the Butch Queen have it for?
I've seen you turn people up for best dress. I've seen you turn girls up for
I've said
labels.
some stuff about
I've,
best dress. I
I,
have. I've
You
said some
sat
stuff
on
about
the
best dress.
runway and you tore Milan up at the Mugler ball just like 8 years ago and accosted him while he was walking his category. Arnold, please.
Milan, Milan,
Yes.
Milan was walking against my sis. So what you want me
And
to
you
do?
was tearing Milan up. You was
Well, I
bringing out
mean,
the
he should have came
blood.
harder. He should have brought it harder.
Wait, Milan's not your sis?
Milan
So
is my sis.
I like what Roxy
Oh.
just said. Why do y'all think so many people, so many of these women out here support the DL Whisperer, Barry?
See, you know what? Can I just say something? I I think what's happening here is as toxic as one of y'all.
Hello, Harold. How you doing this evening?
Hey, Harold.
Hi,
No,
hi,
Harold, because
Barry.
I told him they didn't speak when I came in. So that's why he's trying to be cute now. Hey, Harold, though.
Well, I don't gotta try her, Arnold.
Good
Go
evening,
ahead,
everyone.
Harold. Just saying.
I think what's happening here is as toxic as some of the things that happen on the panel when we have, these mixed panels. I think there's a just listening to you all, there's this generalization that because someone is either a cisgender woman or whatever the case, that there's automatically this blanket thought process. Um, whereas every cisgender woman, and especially every black cisgender woman, isn't you know anti-trans women. I mean, I think saying that is irresponsible on our behalf. Now, are there some? Yes, and I agree. We know that from as we say, see this following of the DL Whisperer. But those same individuals are the same individuals that keep the shade room pumping. They're just, nosy busybodies.
For
Um,
sure.
there are also respectfully, I mean, for those that don't know, I'm an advocate. I mean, excuse me,
Thank you, thank you.
I'm an avid TikTok fan. And there are a lot of women on black women that are on TikTok calling out the DL Whisperer and his following, and
Yeah.
pointing out that you you are looking for someone to point out. If you're looking for tendencies for somebody, then you have a problem. Then you have a problem. Whereas you already don't have trust in your relationship, and you're looking for someone to give you signs. If you're looking for someone to give you signs, you already know what's going on, so why are you there? You don't have the wherewithal to have the conversation with the individual. I just don't like this. I think a lot of times we get into these conversations where we feel like our trans girls don't respect the butch queens, and the butch queens don't respect the trans girls, and it becomes this blanket thing. Or older people in ballroom do this, or because you're an icon you do this, or you're younger this. And we have to, as people who have a platform and speak to people who are not as knowledgeable on our scene, not generalize things, because that then becomes how these things run rampant. That's just my thought.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree with anything that you said in that. Cause I think the context in which we were speaking, and but I'll speak for me and not for J Rock and Barry and Zaparis, but because I was speaking is the in what we actually see when people get on the panel, when cisgender folk get on the panel, women get on
Well,
the
can I
panel.
be
I was
honest? Can
only
I be
talking.
honest, Arnold? I'm sorry.
Let,
Go ahead.
let me
I'll allow you.
I'm just saying that's all I'm simply talking about. The times that I have seen when they've been put on the panel to do these particular categories. I'm not
I
I'm not
think
I'm not saying all blanket all cisgender women feel this way about trans girls or butch queens or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when they get on these panels, it becomes less of, is this person real? Do they even know what they're looking at when they talk about real? Even though you've kind of uh, whatever tried to tell them what they're looking for, but it begins to be, okay, who's the cutest? Take off your shirt, let me see your body. Was like that? It becomes that kind of situation, and it becomes for the cisgender with the girls, because, oh girl, she don't look all that, blah, blah, I ain't looking at you, whatever. It becomes that I've seen it on the panel. So I'm not saying blanketly that this is everyone, Harold. I agree with you wholeheartedly in what you were saying.
I mean, I do, and
I,
with the behaviors of some of the people that be on the panel, Arnold, I'd have seen that, but I honestly feel personally feel like that it comes down to like these are people that don't know us, so it feels kind of like, who do you think you are, telling us that we're not this and the third when we have been told all for all these other balls that we are the realest, or we are the most face, or we are the most fashionable. Now you got like a stranger who's really unbiasedly judging us. Like they don't know us. They're not in our house. We're not, they just honestly really giving their honest opinion. So I don't understand like why, you know what I'm saying? People think that like non-ballroom judges have like this motive to come in to like tear us down, when really say truth, it's an unbiased
No, I don't.
opinion. And I feel
I'm
like
sorry, 'cause I don't
that
think that's the
that
case. I don't
unbiased
think that's the
opinion
case either.
sometimes stings. Like if I've been ruling fates, okay, somebody brought up Shawnice, for example. Charnice is like one of the greatest faces of all time, femme queen of all time. Who the fuck wants to hear from somebody that has never been in a ballroom that Charnice is not good enough to get through tonight? Like, that's a blow. That's a blow to me, Charnice, and all her fans. Like, that's a blow. But like maybe the lady honestly didn't feel like Shawnice was hitting it that night. Maybe she just honestly felt that way compared to some of the other girls that came out. And I
So
don't
let me
see
ask
anybody
you.
sitting
So that's a
on the
question to
panel.
ask you,
Hold on, let me
Barry.
finish. Let me give me 1 second. I don't feel like Shawnice being the girl that she is in ballroom. Anybody that doesn't know Shawnice is coming in with a motive to like tear her down, being affected. She's one of the most prolific femme queens for phase.
I don't think that
I just
either.
don't think that
I
was
don't think nobody's coming in with the mindset to tear Shawnice or tear any of the girls down. I don't think that. So Barry, you on the panel.
right.
Shawnice ain't looking like Shawnice when she looked last time she walked the ball. And you giving ooh. Are you chopping Shawnice?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you made your own point. You're not chopping
But
Shawnice because
but
you
I admit,
as a
but you know
ballroom
why I'm not
person know
chopping
that.
Shawnice?
you
Because for almost 20
also
years,
that
I've seen Shawnice and what Shawnice can bring. I know Shawnice is face, whether she just woke up from a goddamn two
but
hour,
you're
2 year
going
coma.
counter to your point. So you
But
if
but
you
so
if you saying that
say I
woman
went
didn't
to so say I went to go judge a slam dunk contest, and I'm not really that privy with basketball, and Joe
Yet
Blow
Shanice still got
is
chopped.
the fabulous
So do they
dunker.
know
But in
face?
my mind, Joe Blow didn't bring it tonight, so I voted for Joe Blow. So I'm like, oh my God, Barry didn't vote for Joe Blow, and Joe Blow is the best basketball player. Okay, to y'all he is, but like to me, he ain't hit it
No, baby,
tonight.
they didn't get to
so,
vote. They chopped her.
so but wait, hold on. Okay, so here let me say this. I do think that very oftentimes, okay, I hear what you're saying, Arnold, but I think sometimes we are tied to legacy. We are tied to what someone's legacy is, and then that legacy oftentimes gets people grace or what house they're in. You know, there are individuals sometimes that come out and the girls are giving it, oh, well, girl, I don't want to hear Kelly mouth. I don't want to hear
right,
Harold mouth. You know,
right.
I'm bitch. I don't feel like dealing with Lady West. You know what I'm saying? So people get through, and oftentimes, and if we're gonna keep it real, oftentimes people come out here that on the floor that have cachet in ballroom to the point that they've earned their legendary status, they've earned their iconic status, they're popular individuals, and they come out and maybe it's not their night, but guess what? We still let them on through. So when it comes down to it, I hear what everyone is saying, but Arnold, we just had this conversation. We just had this conversation last night about and we don't have to get
Yes,
into that,
yes,
but
yes.
but I feel like as me, and I can only speak for myself, and and I know for other people that I have talked to, that I'm not getting on the floor unless I feel like I can get out there and truly win. Like, what I'm
Right.
saying, that I'm bringing it. If I don't win, then or I'm eliminated, that's fine. And we're not going to act like a lot of people in ballrooms sometimes, you know oh, they go out there on the strength of what they've done in the past.
In the
And
past,
some
yes.
and if you don't have any ties or any knowledge of that, then that doesn't matter to you. Especially if a person comes out and you're looking at one, two, three, four, five, six people, and you're like, okay, and then this person is coming out and they're not giving what those other individuals gave, you may feel like, oh, well, I don't know about this, but then we take it as a level of disrespect to that individual. Oh, and I'm only bringing this up because this is something that very happened, so, at the ball. Okay, if an individual had came out, no, I'm not gonna even talk about that because I don't want to bring that up here, but yeah, I
Right.
just
The only
think
thing
that
I was saying is because Barry said they Shawnice can go up there and one of the ladies can say, well, maybe I didn't see Shawnice the night, she didn't look that, I don't know her, and she wasn't giving me what I needed to give, so I'm sorry, it was a chop. But I'm up. Then I said it's the same thing. What's the converse? If Barry's sitting up there and he knows her and tonight he's giving I don't know about tonight, but tens.
let me
Yeah,
let,
I'm
Tens.
being honest.
let
I'm
me
never
say
gonna chop.
this.
I would never
I'm gonna
ever
tell you.
chop Shawnee's.
I'm
I would never. I
and
would
I
never
get
do
that
that.
because and you wouldn't because of your respect for the legacy. You're not
Absolutely.
chopped. You're not exactly right. But if you don't know that legacy and you're
Right.
judging, you're only
I don't.
judging that night,
It means
and
Yeah.
nothing
you
to
don't
me.
see it, then you
But he
would.
said,
And that's, for those individuals that sat on that panel that night, they didn't they weren't looking at it very
hold on,
like,
but hold on, but Barry also said, I know Shanice is facing. She don't have to take nothing. Blah 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 blah. Shanice is
That's
face,
because
right?
I'm in ballroom and I am a
So
butch queen who's
okay,
been knowing her for 20 years. I'm a fan.
yes, got it. No, but if you know without a shadow of a doubt that she's face because you know what face is, you are in ballroom. Then why do you think that they chopped her? Because they don't
Because
know
she
what the
really
fuck face
wasn't up
is.
to par with Shannon and Giselle and Simone and what's the baby's name? The one other her. I forgot her name. Um, the sh- she won. No, she didn't win. She was in the last battle. Her. It was a few
Blake.
other ladies
Blake.
who
Blake.
Blake, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That looked ethereal. I'm not trying to be fierce, but Shawnese didn't come out there looking like how she did at the Blondie Ball when she was bald head Morticia Adams. That was like outer worldly. She wasn't given outer worldly like to those ladies.
And that's and this is, and I think unfortunately, this is one of the things that kind of like hold us back in the scene sometimes because we don't give that real opinion, in those instances, and then you know before you know it, it's like, oh, a person done won. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like
Right.
you're not gonna have an upstart beat somebody who is really established. You know what I'm saying? Like it just don't happen like that.
Yeah.
Because what?
Yeah.
We're not gonna be disrespectful to the person's legacy.
Well,
But y'all need to be the change that we need to see in Barman because that's some bullshit. The
But
fuck?
but the pro- but
Because
see, but the problem,
in
but
no
see,
other
but no,
sports or anything like
so
that is that regulated like
See,
that.
but
Just
I don't
because
even
you
want to hear
won
Jack's
a
Paris
championship
because
ring last year does
it's
not
all
grant
bullshit
that you're
until
gonna
like
get
it hits your door.
clemency.
Paris,
but see,
you are a legend for drag's performance, whatever. So if you get out there one time and like you hitting your catwalk, you maybe like slip on a little piece of
I just
whatever, and
got
they
chopped at the
chop
Mugler
you.
ball, rightfully
No,
so. So
listen,
again, my
listen,
whole
but
thing is
listen, and
You got chopped
and you
because of
come
your
out
vogue. That's what you got
and you
chopped because
come
of.
out, but
no, I got
listen,
no,
chopped
she
for the
he
come out,
catch.
not.
she's a
He
legend,
said,
she slipped
She should have been chopped because of the vogue.
and she
"Oh
slips
wow."
on something.
hey Tanya,
And they say and she slips on something, but she don't like fuck up and she
Oh, the
recovers, but
vogue was
like it kind of
horrible.
throws her
Vogue was
off.
horrible.
They say one chops a Paris,
Is you
you a
cool,
legend.
Arnold?
You should be the you gonna feel some type of way. So it's so
I'm
easy to
not
say we
gonna
need to
know, but
change
see,
that, but
no, you
like
can't.
when
But see, I'm up here. I
yes,
can talk for myself.
the
I would
Paris,
not. I would not feel no same way
the
because at the end
Paris.
of the day, I came up in understanding that not every night is your night, and I feel like we are getting away from that in ballroom. Like at the end of the day, you
The Paris.
what?
For 5 years, for 5, 6 years, ever since the night that Kirk walked as Donald Trump, you have been at me because I voted against you in the final battle. So you can't. You're not going to sit here. You're not going to
Yeah,
sit here on the
but
channel
my
and
thing
say
is okay. But stop. See, because what you gonna do? Well, let's talk about it. Let's unpack it for the audience that was not there. The
okay.
reason why is not because you were my fucking girlfriend. It's because I sat there and I listened to you basically fuck around on the vote. You didn't even give it a real thought. It's like you basically said, you know what? I want to see what Kelly's gonna do instead of fucking voting for what the fuck you saw happen. Not because you knew me or you should have gave it to me. Bitch, I fucked her up, rightfully so. And you played.
So let me ask you a question. If you fucked her up, how did it get to a tiebreak?
Because of you.
She's saying
So,
you took it to a tie break.
so wait. So it was a 3-person panel?
No, this was in Philly for the $1,000
No,
list.
baby.
I think what
I
he's saying
know
is
it
he
wasn't
wasn't
a
the only person
3-person
that voted
panel.
over you,
What I'm
Zafar.
saying is clearly other judges felt like that too.
Okay,
You want to use
okay,
that as the
She's on the
okay.
hey
But at the
brother,
end of the day,
brother,
What's up, Pop?
brother.
at the end of the
She's
day,
on the
Thank
when you
you.
watch the clip, you hear Harold gagging at the shit that I'm doing, right? Oh, that bitch! Did you see that bitch? She carried all of that. But when
Now,
it came out to select and give your
get
vote,
the
you
clip.
said very much
Get the
so. I
clip.
want to see what
Get the
Kelly's gonna
clip.
do.
Get,
I want
get
to
the
see
That
what
clip.
went up.
not.
Get the
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
need
give
to
it
see
to the
the
bitch who
clip. I'm
actually
gonna need to see the
carried.
clip.
First of
I'm gonna need
all,
to see the
first of
clip.
all, First of all, I'm not going up for Drag's performance like that. I'm not. So like,
Harold, oh
so
my God, Dad, pull up the clip right now. Please pull up the
please pull
clip.
it up.
It's on
Pull
YouTube.
it up.
Please pull up the clip.
J-Rock, pull up that clip. Pull that clip because Paris, did he say, well, fuck that. Let me see what Kelly gonna do. Gave it to the other person?
Basically.
No,
Paris,
no.
I'm gonna need to know that's what he did. I'm gonna need to know that's what he did. Did he do
In the
that?
clip, I want you to watch the clip. I want you to tell me how you would perceive it. Because again, in
Lawrence,
the clip,
hit that plus sign, Lawrence.
in the clip, you hear Harold before like as they're counting the votes, he's like, oh, 5-5. What you gonna do, Kelly?
So,
Well, Harold, is that what you
is that? What does that mean? You're making it seem like, I mean, I already knew that very well. If it's going to me, then Kelly got to break the tie. So it's like I gave my point. That doesn't mean that I just passed the vote along.
You
want
to know why I can't stand you, Harold? Because at least Kelly will admit that she voted over me because I was calling her just jelly.
She
But
don't like you.
still to
She
this
don't like
fucking
you.
day, you still to this fucking day would not admit that you play. You play. I don't know why you play.
So, Harold, do you really feel like Tiny fucked the Paris
You
up?
felt I played.
So, Harold, you genuinely feel like Tiny fucked the Paris up?
Listen, I need to see the video all
Do you
over
feel
again.
like Tiny
However,
fucked the Paris up?
let me tell you something. Okay, I had no dog in that fight. So I picked who I felt. I
You
picked
want to
who
put
I
that
felt.
shit on Kelly. You want to put that shit on Kelly, Harold. That's all.
Exactly.
You put it
Exactly.
on Kelly.
I don't like. I don't understand. Like, it sounds like there's a lot of justification here. What do I care who? I mean, we need a reason. We're
You
looking
really
for
get
a
yourself
reason
up
to
out of this.
justify.
I don't know a reason. I'm just saying that to me, the fact that
Well, Harold,
look,
you
we
could
have
get
more
out of this
people,
by
we have
saying the
guests.
Paris. I felt like Tiny fucked you up. That would just get you out
Tiny
of
got
it.
you. Tiny
That would just
got
get you
you.
out of it.
That was not, but Harold is not saying that, so you know that that's not the truth.
But they won't play the video.
Kelly, you want to
But
blame
they
it
We
won't
on
play
don't
the
need to play the
video.
video. You voted
So
for
the
Tiny.
398
So
people
blame it
sitting
on
here in the
Kelly.
room can make the determination.
Is Tiny a Balenciaga, Harold? Was Tiny a
You want
Balenciaga?
to blame it on
No,
Kelly?
I think
Hello?
they're talking about the other Tiny. Rest in
No,
peace.
no.
Right?
I know you talk about Tiny
No, that we
Escada.
was talking about Tiny X
Hello?
Escada.
Right.
So y'all want to
No.
blame what on Kelly?
That Kelly
Glo-
broke the tie at
Global
the
warming,
list
ice,
between
the economy.
between Paris and Tiny. It had got down to you and you voted over her during that time where she was always kept saying just jelly, just jelly.
We just trying to figure if Harold sent it to you so you could break the tie.
It gave that Harold was like, I'm gonna throw it to Kelly, and Kelly was
I'm gonna
like,
throw it
no,
to Kelly.
I got you. Just this.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
hand
don't.
it over to Phaedra.
I don't remember.
Word, Kelly.
You see what I mean? And now y'all don't.
See,
Y'all is some thieves.
Kelly said it wasn't even a memorable night. She don't even remember.
It was. Somebody play the
No, I
clip,
don't
please.
remember. I
Somebody
don't
play the
remember.
clip.
I
Somebody
don't
play the
Can't play the
clip.
clip because we in a PK.
Oh, we
Yeah,
in the PK.
yeah. Well, I don't remember.
Wait,
Girl.
wait. Kelly broke the tie on the stuff and she don't even remember what it was.
She remember. They both remember. That's why they both sitting here kikiing.
No,
Oh
I
my
actually,
God, Paris.
so
Please
Paris,
stop.
I
with the
Because you want to
whole-
know what's so ironic about that is literally like 2 months later, Arnold, 2 months later in North Carolina, I had to battle the same bitch. You know who Harold voted for this time?
Yeah,
You?
literally swept her.
Exactly. Girl,
Well, I
stop.
don't.
Well,
What?
well,
So,
that's after you. That's
so
after
wait a
you
minute.
verbally
Hold on.
accosted him.
Hold on.
for
Can we
months.
unpack this? So because somebody votes for a person one time, that means
Here we
that every
go.
other time they should
Here
have
we
voted
go.
for you. You sound
Yes.
ridiculous.
At the end of the
Yes.
day,
Well,
at
I
the
don't
end-
remember.
Yes.
I really. So I actually, honestly, I really don't remember. It wasn't really it probably wasn't a memorable moment, and I still got on my snowsuit, so I really don't remember.
Harold, yes, absolutely. The question is yes. Harold, if I battle JoJo and you voted over me one time and then I battled JoJo again and then you battled for me, JoJo gonna look at you like, bitch, well, what's so different? If I fucked him up one time, then like what
Can
was so
somebody
different
send me
than
some
this house?
bells or something?
What? Barry, are you all
That
right?
makes no sense. That makes no
Send
sense.
me
That makes
2
no
or 3
sense.
Man, what the
Barry,
bells.
fuck?
That
Barry, go ahead.
that makes
No,
no
I
Go,
said
sense.
that's what the
Barry,
person's going to
go
think.
ahead and
I
log
said that's
off.
what the person's going to
Unplug the
think.
router and go to bed. Okay.
I said
So you
that's
can
Barry,
what the
slide back
person's going to
online.
think.
Barry,
That
you could really fuck it up one night, and the next night
Can
you could be
somebody
horrible.
please send me some bells? Can somebody send me some bells right quick? Send me some bells right quick.
Mm-mm.
So
Ain't no
Barry,
more.
you've never seen somebody battle at a ball and then somebody has like we're not even going another night. Somebody have a redemption and then they come back and battle and then the person fuck them up the second time. You've never seen that happen? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, enough of that. Let me get into what I was saying from the top since Harold is here and Arnold is here. Um, the question that I had at the beginning of the thing, because this has been going on all day for some reason. I don't even know how we got to it, but the topic was like trophy. It was trophy mothers, trophy fathers, the pros and cons. And do you think that that is a like? How do you think that that works in ballroom today? And I was getting a lot of mixed reviews, and I was seeing the stuff on other people posts about from the younger generation of how they feel about trophy parents versus actual ballroom parenting in ballroom and still leading them like on and off the floor. I
I
know
think
that's a
people
lot. I
should
know.
just. I think people should just like not really. I mean, I think if it works for a house, it works for a house. If it don't, it don't. Some things work for some houses. I feel like the problem with ballroom is that people can try to concern themselves with what works and what don't work, and try to make like ballroom a blanket thing rather than just like just worry about what's going on in your institution. And like, that's not
J
towards
Rock.
you, Jay. Like I'm just saying that like if people would just need to worry about what's going on in Ebony and what's going on in Balenciaga, what's going on in Saint Laurent, and making sure that like their entity is the best entity for ballroom, and I think that ballroom will be a lot better then. I think now people trying to make well we should all do this and everything should look like this and the mother should look like this and the father should look like this and the legend should look like this. Like just govern yourself accordingly and like things will be so much better. Like ballroom is never going to be blanket.
Um, J Rock, please
Yeah.
advise your supporters that I do have admin in here, so keep it real cute. That's
Oh
all I'm
yeah,
gonna
I
say.
saw that. I saw that big baby. Oh, hey, thank you, big baby. But off it says,
Let me
what?
let me say I think Barry, that's a very valid point. I think once again when people generalize and think that all organizations are going to run the same, it's about what a house wants. Some houses are run by an executive board and they have, people in place. Some houses
Oh
have
my God. I have walked through some ballroom shit.
Well, then log the
um
fuck off of the ballroom shit, dummy.
Keep going.
You have choices.
No, I'm here to hear it,
Lawrence,
baby.
drop two. Drop two, Lawrence.
Lawrence,
No, I'm okay, Mr. Lawrence.
Lawrence, can you get this?
I'm sorry, I was away from my phone.
Yeah, get that out of here. Thank you. Um, Yeah, no, but I think each organization is different, whether it's ballroom or whatever. People are gonna run their house and structure their house, to what best fits them. If an individual is like a trophy parent, then it's that. Long as they know what the expectations are, they show up, they deliver. However, um, and I'm gonna go back to like somebody this foolish comment talking about what Shannon is, this and that, whatever the case. If you're not in the house, I can't tell you what Toya does in the house of Ebony. I can tell you what Toya does at a ball. I can't tell you what Paris does in the house of West. I can't tell you what Ava does in the house of Saint Laurent because I'm not there. So people oftentimes have these ideas that are based on nothing but crazy perceptions in regard to what goes on in other organizations. I mean, to the people that I talk to, they know how in tune Shannon is within the house on every person's post, commenting, congratulating, doing things, reaching out to people, this and that, whatever the case. But she don't have to make posts stating this, that, and everything she's doing. Lola, everything she does in the house of Gucci, she's not doesn't have to put it out on Front Street, but people that I talk to in the house talk about how involved and engaged she is. So I mean, when it comes down to it, we don't know what's going on in other houses. So I think Barry made a very valid point. Instead of people, trying to focus on, oh, how it should be involved. No, how should it be in the organization that you're a part of? Make sure that that's running the way that you want to, and your neighbors will do it how they see best fits them.
So I think my question more so is it was not that because that is true. Like we said, if you don't feel that, then go to another house. We're saying in general, as in, back in the day, that was something that was done and it was accepted in ballroom, period. You see
Still
what I'm
done
saying? Like
today.
right,
It's
right.
still
Still
done today.
today. It's
Yeah.
still done today. But what I'm saying is, how do you think that it's how do you think that it's accepted today? Like when people see like trophy mothers versus real mothers. And because I'll give you an example. Like one of the kids said, if that's what they want to do, they want to do, but don't come here like when it's time to regulate or do something or get into a leadership role trying to tell us nothing because we don't really, you come and you walk when you time for you to walk, when you go, it's time for you to go. We don't want to hear it. Then I was like, like back in the day, even if you was a trophy mother, I wouldn't have thought about that towards you as a trophy mother. I still would be looking at you like you're the mother of our establishment. You see what I'm saying? But now today's time, like, bitch, if you not like
I,
in the
I see
like
it like this, right? This is ballroom, and like this is a competitive space. We all want to win trophies, but if if we don't want anybody to win a trophy in the house, we want the mother to win trophies. So it's like I feel like trophy mothers at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's a feasible thing because it's like everybody wants their mother of their house to win or to be top notch whatever category they're in. So it's like you can't you can't eat the you got to eat the fish and just leave the bones. Nowadays in
Bro,
ballroom,
what?
with ballroom being so competitive, I I can actually see the trophy mother thing kind of working now in ballroom, being the fact that like ballroom is so business based, and a lot of houses aren't ran by the mothers or the fathers. A lot of the houses are ran like by executive board. So to answer your question, I guess nowadays in ballroom, the having the trophy parent would be a little bit more feasible because you have more of like a business framework when it comes to running a house.
I
You
think
look.
I
I thought it was about. I thought J Rock. The conversation was. You always going to have somebody's always going to be a trophy mother or a trophy. They're always going to be a trophy mother up there because there are people who take care of their kids. There are folks that take care
right.
of their kids.
And
Even some of the trophy mothers have kids, and they make sure their kids get out there to do whatever. They may not be in the forefront of running that house because they put you in that position in the house for a particular reason. Harold is right. Some people have executive boards that run the house. Some people have the mother and the father that run the house, do whatever. It just depends on what your house is doing. But for the majority of folks in ballroom and in a house, you are being taken care of by somebody in your family. Some mother or father is making sure that you get into the ball like you need to. You're taking care of yourself. You're supposed if you're working, you getting to work. You're doing certain things. That still work. That still is it happens every day in ballroom. That happens every day in just in life in general. You're their kids. You're their kids. It has nothing to do with whether somebody's sitting up as a trophy mother or whether they're calling the shots in Balenciaga.
so it's
I,
like I think we're looking at it on a because it was more than just about an overall mother. You know what I'm saying? Because like when the conversation was coming out, they were saying trophy mothers, trophy fathers, as in like even on a chapter level. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Look, I get y'all ready for the ball. Y'all ready for the ball, bitch. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Or either, no, not even getting you ready for the ball. They got people in positions and titles and positions in these different houses and stuff just for show, but these people are not really into these kids' everyday life, or not want to say kids, members. And so it's just, I don't know. It's just some of the members is like, bitch, I would rather just have a father or a mother figure when I come into a chapter or something like that. It doesn't need to be the overall house. You know what I'm saying?
I, I think one of the things is organizations are
Hey,
structured the way
Naima.
that the leadership decides that they want to go. If you don't like that, then move on. Like, I mean, no
Yeah,
one is
I
tied
agree.
to an organization.
Yeah.
A lot of times, also, I think that very in this day and age, I do think the expectation is a little bit greater because, you know, back in the day, you could be a part of a house and leave New York and not necessarily be connected to the people in your house, other phone call here and there. Now, with us being connected the way we are on all these social media platforms, I think there's a greater expectation for people to have some type of connection. But I mean, again, everybody wants something different. So, some people come into our house and they don't look at it as like a family. They, they're part of a fraternity or just like a group. So everybody isn't looking at it the same.
This is an absolutely thankless job. It is a thankless job.
Thankless.
No one is pulling a check. At least that I know of. Some people may be doing something on the side. I don't know.
Well, there's a
But
couple people
nobody's
under
pulling.
contract.
No, yeah, nobody's pulling no check for nothing. You on the phone with folks middle of the night, talking them off ledges. You're a therapist. You're a mother. You're a father. You're
Delivery.
a guidance counselor. You're all of
Relationship
these
counselor,
things.
spiritual
Yes,
advisor,
spiritual advisor. Everything. You
piggy
all
bank.
these things. Getting nothing. You technically you're
Bondsman.
not getting paid for it. Nothing. It's a thankless job. So it's really hard to say that there's that yeah, there may be um um uh, as you look at it, trophy mothers or fathers who are sitting up there, but it's for the outside of ballroom when you're going to balls. That's what that is for. I think even those like I said before, even those trophy mothers and fathers are taking care of some kind of child. They're doing something. They're getting on calls, talking to one of their kids, whatever. It is a thankless job. You can't help but do this job and say, okay, you you have to understand that you are not just um uh, a trophy person because you're doing too much for your kids on a regular basis. You're just not a trophy parent, whether they look at you in ballroom as being a trophy parent. Like
Yeah.
Harold saying, you don't know what Shannon is doing in there. You don't know what Ava's doing. You don't know what Toya is doing. You don't know what these other folks are doing. They are handling their kids as well.
And then, but the thing is, Arnold, even if they are just coming out for balls and not being on calls and not going to graduations and bar mitzvahs and whatever, if the house of Goyard decides that that's what they want Mother Goyard to do, and said member comes in and feels like Mother Goyard is not being, that's not. I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's not for said child to tell the
Right,
house of Goyard how they should run their house. Go to a
right.
house where the mothers are more hands on. I just feel like
Hands on,
a
right.
lot of times in
Don't,
ballroom, a lot of the members want to be tied to these organizations that have these reputations and want it to work for them and want it to be what they want it to be. And certain houses, especially ones that's been around for 20 plus years or even 15 years, they have a program or they have a rhythm, and
yeah.
the program or the rhythm doesn't revolve around one people or a group of people or a group of like-minded people. That's why
Don't
I
and
feel
don't
like
give
Another
nobody no
thing,
ideas about a house name because you just gave them an idea of a house name too. But go ahead.
Uh, Another thing that happens, I think that people look and they say, you know, they're in a house and they see like the relationships between certain people, and they're like, oh, they have this expectation that they're going to have the same oh, y'all don't treat me like y'all treat Lawrence, or y'all don't treat me like y'all treat the Paris, or y'all don't, what I'm saying, I'm not treated like, what I'm saying, but you also are not pouring into very you, you're not trying to build these bonds with people. You're not reaching out. People have this expectation that oh, you're magically going to you have the name attached to you, and then all of a sudden, you have this camaraderie that just falls all over you, and that people are going to call you. But the people don't want to do the work and build relationships. They don't want to reach out to people. They they reach out when they, some of them want to reach out only when they need something, and
When they
then
need
they
something,
expect
correct.
then they expect oh well, I don't I don't have the same level that of relationship with Harold that so and so has, or I'm not as connected to. I'm not connected to J Rock. J Rock doesn't hang out with me all the time. But you ain't talked to J Rock since the last time J Rock told you happy
Well,
birthday.
well, it's no now, Harold. It's no shade
What's
with
up,
that
Dre?
example. Is no shade. Harold, with that example, the only hole I can like use it for that example is to, like, normally that only comes up when it's certain issues that are comparable. Like, you're gonna like give me a warning note for dues, but you didn't give so and so who's been in the house and who's been your girlfriend and they haven't been paying dues. So I feel like that comes in when like issues of fairness comes in, and no shade. Like, I do understand people have certain relationships in houses, but when it comes down to rules and guidelines and stuff like that, you that's
I need to make it
that's
say rules
kind of
are meant
not
to be
cool
broken.
to, like, for a relationship to like be weaponized in that sense. And like, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but like from my standpoint, I only have seen that comparison comes in when it's like you let so and so do something, but won't let me do something, and it's because of the difference in relationship.
Okay, Barry, can I say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Lawrence, Arnold, J Rock, are we ready for this conversation?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So I said something. We had a leadership retreat, and I said something. There was something said we were talking about, kind of um putting some rules in place, and the reality is everybody was trying to measure, like, oh well, what if this happens, and and the reality is, I said the reality is, in every house there are dollars, there are quarters, there are dimes, there are nickels, there are pennies. The pennies cannot feel like they're going to be treated like the dollars. It's no shade. Barry, I hear you. I hear you when in saying that, Barry. Oh, talking about equality. You need to know, like, I don't think any person should weaponize that or use that, but every person can think that they're the same. And that's just the reality. Everybody wants it to be, I'm sorry, big baby, everybody wants to sound like this is where, let me just say this. This is where, for me, for the House of Balenciaga, has never had anything mandatory. I've never done a mandatory ball. You know why? Because if if you tell me as an individual, you 2 years in the house and you don't show up, you make this conscious effort to break your neck and be at this mandatory ball, and then and I go out and I make this blanket statement, y'all don't show up, then you're getting kicked out. And then Courtney don't show up at the ball. You think I'm kicking Courtney out? I'm just asking.
Absolutely
No,
not.
you're not. No, you're not.
Okay. So, but here's the thing, and then a lot of people are saying, "Oh, that's not fair." But the reality is, this is the reality. Every person didn't walk in the door with the cash that they got. They earned it. They earned it some way, somehow. And the reality is this. There are people sitting here in the comments gagging, but y'all all know every house, you can ask every house leader. There are some people right now that can walk out the house and say, I'm leaving the house, change their mind a month later and come back and can never get in. There are some there are some people that'll leave, make a whole big fuss about it, and not only will they come back, y'all probably throw them a welcome party to come back. So I mean, I think that a part of it, a lot of it is understanding that in an organization, you know, everybody just doesn't have the same ability to do certain things. And I know it may seem like, wow, that's unfair, but it's the reality.
So that brings me to this question. Don't y'all hate like when people say, like when people have problems in the house, or they say, y'all showing favoritism, or you're showing favors, as if the person that is getting shown a certain treatment earned that treatment. Like, do y'all believe that you can earn certain treatments even in ballroom itself? This has not always been this way.
It
Like
it
I
it it, it, it has J Rock. It has
It's
always been that way.
always been this way.
J Rock.
No,
J
no,
J
no, no,
J
no,
Rock.
no,
J.
no. Y'all didn't get. No, I didn't say that. I wasn't saying that. I'm saying
Oh,
it. Okay, say for instance, I'm an individual.
I like my own me, for instance. I give you me, for instance. When I first came in the ballroom, I was getting into it with everybody in the fucking Gulf Coast. Who the fuck are you? Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Never in a million years to come to, oh, you run the Gulf Coast. That still feels weird to me because I remember making my way up to being a person that can say stuff, run stuff, or have a certain respect or have a certain privilege. I didn't have that privilege coming in. That's what I'm saying.
Right. You earned it. You do. A person earns their way and they get there. But the thing is that you've earned that through garnering respect. You've earned that by giving of yourself. What happens sometimes, some people feel like just because they're in the same room, or even sometimes people feel like because they've been around for the same length of time, that they in turn then should have the same cachet. No, it doesn't work like that.
Or they'll say stuff like, girl, y'all wouldn't say that if J Rock did it. And people say, duh. Like, what?
Everywhere. That is, I
I mean,
swear
listen,
that's
I mean,
everywhere. That's everywhere.
Lawrence, I hate to throw you under the bus, but I'm gonna say this: I'm, the the
Okay.
people love Lawrence mouth down. Lawrence could read. Lawrence was an Ebony. Read through the house of Ebony, left and right. Maybe he tried Sanaya. Boom, out of there.
Out of there.
Be,
Gotta
be,
go.
be, be- because because you know what? Because she had that cachet. Because if Sanaya would have said they weren't given very, oh well, y'all gonna let him talk to me like that? I'm out of here. No, baby, we not getting to that point.
Mhm.
Lawrence, we'll come back and get you later.
They did the same
Eh,
thing to Prada too, bitch. They was like, bitch, I'll slap the fuck out of you and all that. All because Prada laughed under a post that was making fun of Sanaya one time. And it was like, who the fuck is you to laugh under a post? You know, that's when Facebook first came out. To laugh under a fucking post with the overall mother. And Prada said, bitch, it was funny. I mean, it is not like I hate her or nothing. It was a funny post. And they was like, well, bitch, you can go. And she said, bitch, I'm not going nowhere. What the fuck y'all going? It was like so funny. And you know who did it, Lawrence? It was Dexter. Who the fuck is you to motherfucking laugh at the overall motherfucker? And Prada was like, bitch, it was funny. It's not like I don't like I hate the lady. I just thought that was a funny post. Bitch. No, but I hate that. And I've seen that not only in ballroom, like I really think it just start with society, to be honest with you. Like people don't be understanding levels to certain things. And when I say levels to certain things, the example that I'm about to give is y'all ever had a senior awards in y'all area, like in the high schools y'all go to, where they announce the different scholarships that the people going to, or either this person got $100,000 for school, and then the school, like you may have got a $500 scholarship, but you still going, bitch, $500,000, and you happy for them, right? Now, bitch, now I would never forget. Probably, I think this started in around by like 2011, 12. I was in Houston, Texas, and I walked into a school with a $100,000 check to the United States Navy for the person that had got the NROTC award. When I was walking through the hallway to go to the auditorium, I'm used to doing this, right? Because I want to make mine big. He's got 100,000 so everybody can erupt in the bitch. That lady stopped me at the door and said, "Where you going with that?" I said, to the ceremony. She was like, you can't bring that in here. You can't do that. And I said, well, what do you mean? I was like, I do this every year. She said, you can't bring that amount of money and put that in front of the kids. I said, I thought this was the senior awards. Well, I said, okay, well, I can just say it. She said, you can't say that. I said, wait a minute, I'm not understanding. She said, all you need to say is this person joined the United States Navy, and then we clap. I said, why we can't say the amounts? Y'all said for the football players. She said, no, we don't. We say this person has a scholarship to the University of Texas, and we clap. I said, see, that's why
That's the
these
problem.
bitches think they
That must
think
be that school because
no, 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 no.
other school
No,
do a test.
no, 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 no. This was everywhere. All, and that's why I said, that's why I asked y'all, did y'all have it in? Because this was everywhere I was
Oh
going
no,
in
when I was in
Texas.
high school, it was
They
very
have
much
it. They
Arnold
had it.
got $100,000 and Barry got $2. We all go clap for
Yes,
Arnold. Ain't nobody gonna clap
yes.
for Barry. Like,
See,
yeah.
and,
They
and,
will
and they
tell
didn't
you
want to,
how much you got.
but
They
catch
do
this
it to
though.
this
But, but,
day.
But catch this though, that was the everybody get a trophy generation. So you are literally telling these fucking kids that the motherfucker that got a $2 scholarship is just as equal as that motherfucker that got that $500,000 scholarship that put in all them essays and
No,
effort.
I'm just saying they just told you how much people got during the ceremony. Such and such got such and such from
But,
such and such.
but
They got
Arnold,
this amount from this place. They got that. If Barry happened to get $2, that's what Barry got set
but what I'm
called
saying
out.
though,
He got
Arnold,
$2.
but Arnold, what I'm saying
It's a
realistically,
different time now.
no, right, but
They want
Arnold,
they want everybody to feel like they winning.
thank you. They want everybody to feel like they're on the same level.
That's
Arnold, if
not.
you,
I'm sorry.
but
That I don't know what's happening in Texas. That's not the way they do it around the country.
No, that's the
well,
way they even doing
I
it
see,
here in
but you know
ballroom.
what? But what we are
thank you.
describing, what
Thank
we
you.
are,
They doing it like that in ballroom. That's why I was trying to get y'all to understand. I don't think it's just ballroom. It's
but what
also
we,
society.
but what we
Ballroom make a
describing is,
bitch think
what
that they
we
on the same
describing is
level as a
merit
fucking
based.
icon these days.
What we describing is merit based. What, like, for instance, what her was describing is, so like, for instance, when you get new members to come to your house, you are making them feel as though that they're going to be, a valued member in the house. If they put in their good work, we're gonna love you and support you. Ain't nobody telling no new member when they come in the house, you know what, you're a new member in the house,
Child.
but you gonna have to, like, wait your turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody really putting that out there. So like, yes, that does
Oh, your
happen
place,
in the
earn your
world in
spot.
Child, you
houses.
don't win. You don't win the ball. You don't win. You don't even. You're not in last battle. There ain't nobody making no post for you. It ain't happening. So stop. Y'all need
Well,
to stop this. Ain't
that,
making
that's
no
not
No,
post.
true.
but so
Harold
wait a
made
minute,
a
so
post.
wait a
They,
minute.
they,
Harold made
So
a
they,
post.
Arnold,
The
Arnold, if
West
a
made
they
a
member
do
comes,
post
when some
about
people.
who won
if
and who, how
Arnold,
much
African
if a
they
men
member
do
won.
when
comes,
people
if a member
debut.
comes to your house, are you gonna explain that to them like upon induction? No, you ain't gonna say that. You want them in your house, so you're gonna make them feel like they have the potential to be the person that's gonna be
Well, they do. I'm not
posted.
saying that. I'm not. No, nobody's telling them off the bat. If you don't win nothing, we ain't saying nothing about. I mean, I'm just saying you're not saying nothing about people that ain't won nothing. You're not putting that out there.
Right, Honorable. What we saying is, this is what I'm saying.
You're
I
right,
remember when I was
but I mean, we understand, but you're not telling nobody that in an induction meeting when they come in to try to get in your house, because in that case, that might
But
make them not want to come to your house.
thank you. No, but this is what I'm saying
but
though,
there
y'all.
should be. But there also shouldn't be this level of expectation
Yeah, yeah.
just because.
I don't even
Just
understand what y'all
because.
talking.
Naima, thank you, Naima.
What?
Thank you, Knuckles. Thank you. What'd you say, Harold? I'm so sorry. I was trying to thank the people.
There shouldn't be this level of expectation just because you are part of something that all of a sudden you're going to be celebrated. This is the problem in ballroom. This is why we can't really discern what legendary status really is. Legendary status should be reserved for those exemplary individuals who stood out among their peers by winning, not making moments, not walking the most balls, by the individuals who have consistently showed the ability to win and be the best in their category. But that's
For
not what
10
people want
years.
to. What happened?
So I was adding for 10 years because what people don't realize is you can win, but legendary means you're winning consistently for a long period of time.
I, I I disagree with the years thing. The years thing. I think that becomes a problem. I think that becomes a problem when it comes to trying to quantify based off years, because what
I think
happens.
longevity is definitely a
Barry, can
component
I
that
finish
is included
talking?
in
Can I
legendary
finish
status.
talking without you cutting me off? I think one of the problems that happens is people say, okay, well, I'm at 10 years. I've been walking 10 years. And then somebody else will say, yeah, well, she was out there with so and so. And
Mhm.
that becomes the bar that someone is measured by. Yeah, she's won 10 years, but she ain't won 10 balls in 10 years.
10 years,
Well,
right?
her, that's not what I was saying. I was agreeing with everything that you were saying, her, but I was also adding the caveat that you said win. I was saying winning for a course of longevity. I'm
Mhm.
not just saying just being out for 10 years, being out for 10 years and consistently being a hot person winning in your category for at least 7 of those 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't disagreeing with you. I was actually agreeing with you and adding a caveat.
No, no, I get it. I think one of the things, so like one of the things people are quick to throw up and want to point out is like, oh, whenever there's this time for status. Oh, people don't want to. I'm not completing no application. One, I feel like those keep people from if you have to fill this out, then maybe they'll make you stop and say, oh, well, I probably don't deserve this. But no, what the people do now is very, they extend these resumes to very, oh, I was last battle. Oh, I was this, like, oh, what does all that mean? Like,
They put on there that they sister won the battle, but they was the other four that was last in the house either. Like
it's,
you got
No, but I
four.
never understood that. Like, why does someone have to apply for a legendary status? That actually,
okay,
to me, cheapens the
It's not
status.
applied. Hold
no,
on,
no,
can I
okay,
hold
Barry,
up with
Barry,
Harold?
Barry,
Can I say
Barry.
something right quick, Harold? Harold,
Look,
can I just say something right quick? This is I understand, and sometimes it's because maybe y'all have not been in these type of situations in your life. When you come up for like a Chiefs board, that's why I never understood ballroom with the legendary status bullshit, trying to hold it back. Bitch, I'm trying to make as many Chiefs, senior Chiefs, and master Chiefs as I can. And if I'm trying to make people, even if I don't make senior Chief, I'm trying to make that next Chief a senior and a master because that's what we do. But when people put their package in, we have this thing called, we always ask the junior sailors, have you looked at your package? Let me look over your package. Your package is the things that you have done since you've been in the Navy. Because why? If there's a lot of chiefs, the chiefs in Japan don't know what the fuck was going on, but they trust the chief in Texas to say that this person is eligible for this rank, which is chief, right? So when they look at the package, I may not know you personally because I got so many sailors, right? But I do trust that my chief is sending up the right thing. Let me look at their resume. Let me look at the things that they have done. And I'm gonna say, well, if they did all that, that's ballroom, that's legend. I see it. There is nothing wrong with that. You're not applying for a status. You're sending in your resume to let people know because ballroom is not just in New York, not just East Coast no more. Ballroom is worldwide. So if Arnold don't know every single fucking Vogue film out there, you know what I'm saying? He may have seen you win a couple of grand prizes over the years and stuff like that, but he didn't know you won it like that because it's so many out there. But if you can submit that resume, now
But
Arnold
see,
as an icon.
I hear you, J Rock. I'm in here somewhere with I'm in there somewhere with Barry, J Rock and Harold. I'm in there somewhere with Barry because I understand the concept. If J Rock has turned J Rock is uh executive realness out. He's walking constantly. J Rock is in New York. J Rock is in LA. J Rock is in Chicago. J Rock is in Philadelphia. He's in Atlanta. He's walking. He's been doing it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. He's just been walking, winning, sometimes not, winning a lot, winning money, doing all this stuff. Like that. If you're anyone in ballroom, you know this child. You know him.
Or at least
So
heard of
I,
that name
okay,
before.
Well,
okay.
yeah,
y'all,
so
Can I
he's
can,
heard of.
can I
Let me
jump?
so I'm
that's
just
a
Go ahead.
saying.
y'all.
At some
Go ahead.
point, somebody's gonna say, "Okay, yeah, this child
Well,
for
can I
7 years,
can I give a
Hold on, Paris. Let him finish, and then you can
yeah,
go.
for
Then I'll
seven
go.
years he's been doing this. I think he's ready for legendary status.
Mm.
Instead of him having to say, "Okay, can I get legendary status now?
They're not
I've been doing. Is
asking.
it
You're just
possible
submitting.
No,
You're
that
okay.
just
I can
So
get it?" I'm not saying about the submissions. I'm not saying about submissions.
okay.
I'm talking. I'm talking about just in reality. It would seem that everyone would know if you're going to be legendary for something. eh, Bitch, at least the most or half of our room should know who you are and should know and should have seen you do
okay,
something.
okay. So here's the problem, right? Okay, Arnold. If I sit here right now and I ask you for the accomplishments of 3 Saint Laurents over the course of the last 2 years, if I just randomly pick people, are you gonna be able to give me exactly everything they did?
No,
Okay, so if you can't as a executive board member in your house, if you can't remember specifically the accomplishments over the last 2 years for individuals within your brand, how are you going to remember the broad scope of ballroom and what people have done over the course of 5 to 10 years?
So,
It's just not. Hold
how
on,
do,
hold on, Arnold.
okay,
Let me finish.
okay.
While I get what you're saying is that very if individuals have done things, oftentimes I've sat there when we've gone through these things and we've had these perceptions and people have talked about nights people have won, and then other people get no, so and so ain't win that night. So and so won. You know, yeah, they turned it. But if you think about it, if you go back to the you go back to um um Candy World, Candyland World, or whatever ball it was, and people are like, oh yeah, bitch, remember that night Exotic came out, bitch, she turned it and won that ball as Mermaid. No, he didn't win that ball. He didn't win. So
And you're gonna be gagging.
But that's where impact comes into place.
right, but see, but this is the thing. See, okay, see, this is where we run into this problem. So now all of a sudden, impact is the
Yeah.
measurement.
Well, can I make
The,
a point?
the, the,
Can I make a
look,
point here real quick? So like I love music, right? So like say this year I'm watching the induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they say Steely Dan is getting inducted. I don't like folk music or country music, but I do know that over the course of 20 years, I've heard Steely Dan win Album of the Year at the Grammys. They did
I
"Oh
do.
Brother, Where Art Thou." They was in this soundtrack. Even though I'm not an avid fan of that genre of music, I've consistently heard this band be mentioned, be featured, be awarded, play Super Bowl, this, that, and the third over a course of time. So when now that they're being inducted, no, I don't know every single thing that they did over their career, but it makes sense because over a course of 15 years, I have seen them at Grammys with Rihanna. I like Rihanna, and they was on the, what I'm saying? I've seen them. I've heard their name. I've heard their music in commercials. I at least know a song or two of theirs. Even though I'm not a fan, I don't buy it. I can recognize this band if I hear it or see it. So no, I'm not a huge fan of the folk country music genre, but if I see them get inducted into get a special award, it makes sense because they are, a big name
absolutely,
in
Let
their
me ask you.
absolutely.
Hold
genre.
on, hold on, Arnold.
Very,
Arnold,
very,
real quick.
absolutely. But you know what? You know who knew it back? The board was able to go back and know they did this,
Exactly.
that, and this. That's what I'm saying, Harold. You are absolutely right. I may not know what my person may have walked in Pittsburgh, no shade to Pittsburgh. They may have walked in Little Rock, Arkansas, no shade to Little Rock, Arkansas. They may have walked in Oakland, no shade to Oakland.
Well,
But
it's all
we
there.
know that they walked in Atlanta. We know they walked in New York City. We know they walked in
Well,
Philadelphia. We know
but
they
it's
walked in
not about
LA.
them
We know
walking.
they walked in Chicago. We know all these things they did on a major scale at these major balls. There could be smaller things that they did, but there's someone who knows the smaller things they did. I'm saying it's what I think Barry is saying, that why would they have to submit? Why are they submitting this resume to say give me status? I'm saying, why aren't somebody saying, okay, they've been in it for this long. They've done this. Why they should be legendary. Now we
Can I
can
get
get
it?
their
Can I get
resume.
in on this real quick? Can I get in on this, please? All the elders, one moment. Let me say this.
Who the fuck is the elders?
All of y'all. So this is the
Ain't
problem,
no
right?
motherfucking elder.
Is that we all speak the language, right? And so the issue is that y'all are having an argument in regards to somebody who, again, what I feel as though what we're all insinuating is this is somebody who is unquestionably, if you bring their name up, everybody can say or validate and say, oh, I can look at you and say that you're a legend. Or you will be able to basically answer some basic, simple questions that would solidify your legendary status, right? We are talking about these people, and again, maybe because I live I live in a region and I'm also a part of a Kiki scene where it's a lot of pick me bitches. And when you ask these people for clarity as to why you feel as though this person is supposed to be deemed or acknowledged as a legend, and they're gonna come with this mediocre ass answer like, oh, well, they one of them ones. They be doing a big one. What the fuck does that mean? What is that?
Who just
It's
asked
Right.
That's
for
no
how it really is when
substance
you get
to
into
it. It's
flash
no,
out.
oh, they won this ball, they won this amount of money. And because again, we've gotten into this climate of majority of people lean more on moments. Girl, I've been making moments, but what about your wins?
wins? Bitch, like when
When did you win? Who did you beat? What? Like, come on, you. What? It's not. It's nothing that. No, I can't look at you and say because I know you. For one, you from my region, bitch. I know your history. I know your body of work is not legendary. That's what I'm trying to get you to see.
know what?
And I feel like again, to Harold's point, if you have somebody sit there and produce their resume, maybe it'll bring reality to them. Because again, if you look at your resume, you tell me.
And and
Would you
and, and, and let me
Y'all,
say this.
if y'all
Hold
looked
on,
at resumes, if y'all
Arnold. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I know very going back to what Barry said. Barry, you also said you were into music and very you used the Steely Dan reference, right? And you took something very notable. So also that's something that you have an affinity for music. This not whatever the case.
and
What
Steely
if
Dan is
I could
over, by the way.
I don't even know who that is, and I love
Go
music.
ahead,
And I
Harold. Sorry.
okay, so Barry, if we were saying Barry, okay, Barry, how many championships has Michael Jordan won?
7, 6, 6.
Are you sure?
6. Yeah,
Oh,
it's been 6.
you just
let
write
Arnold
the
tell it.
definition and
The
find
most
out.
prolific basketball player of all times, and you, as a person who's a sports fan, you're wavering on the greatest aspects of
He didn't
accomplishment.
say he was a
Listen,
sports fan, did he?
hold on, Bo. Hold on, Bo. Uh, um, my point is, in order to be fair to the individuals, everybody that often sits and does these things, some of these people, are removed from ballroom. I've sat there and we brought up prolific names, and people have been like, who's this person? Y'all got a Facebook or blah blah blah, this and that, whatever. They don't know who the person is. So it's like this, it is for your own it is for your own fair assessment that you're giving out. Hey, this is what I've done. Measure me.
No, nobody's not saying that. And let's make one thing really clear.
Girl, she said
Michael
Michael
Jordan
Jordan,
is
I'm
the
hanging
most
up.
prolific basketball player of all time. That's number one.
Girl,
Number two, no, Barry never said he was a sports fan, but knew that man won at least 6 championships. He knew
he
that.
guessed.
And most
You
people,
text
uh,
him. You
can I,
text him.
who texted him? I did not text him.
No, but in timeout, I want to make a timeout. I want to make another caveat. I mean, the thing is, I could have been wrong. It could have been 5. It could have been 7. But the thing is, that's give or take 1 or 2. But however, we can't deny that his
You can't.
performance
Thank you,
in the
Barry.
way he did it was so
And
fucking
what he
nasty that
did.
he could have won 4. But the way he did it made you think he won 7. You know what I'm saying? That is legendary.
Okay, but the point is,
Exactly, exactly, and
but
nobody needed to
but
have him send the resume in.
right.
They
But
didn't have
see,
to have him send the resume in.
but my point is, I used the most prolific basketball player of all time, and even
Well,
as a sports fan, you still didn't come with the answer. You came,
Well,
you
I mean,
wavered.
again, the
He's
answer
not a
is,
sport. Is Barry a
but
sports
wait,
fan? I
but
didn't know
wait, but
Barry
wait,
was
but
a
wait,
sports
but wait.
fan.
The
My
reason
fault.
why, so again, I think y'all intelligent motherfuckers, y'all be so smart that y'all. Okay, look, Arnold, Arnold. Okay, we all also understand that marketing is also going to play a part into your ballroom career as well, right? So let's
mhm.
take this for instance, right? I may have came into the scene 10 years after the individual, but I got deemed legend before they got deemed legend only because I chose to walk nationally, right? Versus my counterpart who maybe never walked nationally, only walked local balls, right? So that means on a national level, there will be questions about their legendary status because no one knows them. No one knows their history because, again, only because they've never traveled. Now, again, if we talk about a person who is doing the natural work, the natural understanding of what it entails to become one of the ones in ballroom to get your legendary status, you understand that you have to travel. You have to, again, be visible, be, again, talked about, be present. You cannot think that, again, you are back to the whole conversation about being equals. Why are we acting as if, okay, and a whole lot of different real life scenarios, like whether you was like in band, if you was in a sorority, fraternity, whether you had a real job, there are levels to everything. When you come into a job and a work, you are not equal to your supervisor or to their supervisor.
But
That's
they
just a
want you.
natural given thing. And so again, in ballroom, that same thing applies. And I don't understand why it is an issue when you're just trying to get people to realize that. Because again, I think this should be naturally understood. You
So in other
cannot think
words, you're
that
trying to
we're the
say the
same type, we're
resume
the
thing
same
should
type of
humble
lesson when
people.
again we don't have the same type of work.
I'm agreeing with you.
So the parents, you
I'm
saying
agreeing
like
with you.
the resume thing should be
but
used as a way to humble people that does not deserve it.
No, it's a way to just. I feel like we bring up resumes.
Have y'all ever looked at? I mean, really, I know Harold has. I know some other folks have. Lawrence, have y'all ever looked at resumes that have been submitted for
Mm-hmm.
y'all
I
are big
have.
on these resumes. What y'all are saying? So have
I
y'all ever
have.
seen resumes that have
I
been put
have.
in? Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
all y'all seen resumes come in. You looking at that? You looking at all 90% of it for most time for some people is a lot of fluff. It's a
Fluff.
lot of fluff.
Ooh, I love that word. You sound
No,
like you
it's
in the
nothing but,
military.
and you're like, what you did this when? What was that? On the resume that you said that they need to do because you can't remember everything they did. So they're giving you what
Yep.
they and then they're giving you and then they're giving you stuff and you say, well, wait, I was at that ball and such won
Exactly.
that. You didn't
but the
win that.
problem,
So
but here's the problem. Here's the problem, Arnold. When individuals put bullshit on their resume, every time I've sat on something, I've always
mhm,
said, very, if a person lies on this resume,
it's a
it's automatically
disqualification
disqualified. Right.
immediately.
So
Yes.
so so that needs to be
Move
put out there.
on.
If you're sending something and you're saying and you're telling an egregious lie, we had
Right.
an individual put, oh, I was Pretty Boy Realness of the Year in 2013, 2014, and 20
Right.
whatever year. Uh, No, you
You were not.
weren't.
I'm
You
the
would
one that
not.
counted the
Right.
points. I counted the points, and you were not.
Cause I
Right,
was of the year
exactly.
that year, bitch. I thought, no, you
And
lying, huh?
so and then, like, so you have people saying, oh, that I was this and I was that, as opposed to, the thing is, in people are scared to tell people, no, no, you didn't get it. You
Right.
didn't get this.
Exactly.
This is, and then this is what I hate when people say, very, okay, so what is our response? What do we tell the person that they need to do? What do you mean? You need to
Exactly.
meet the
The same thing.
criteria.
The
We're
same
not
thing
going to
that's
tell you go win 3 more balls, because what happens is these people get denied. They walk and win 1 ball, then
One
they come back
ball
the next
and
year
they
come
come
back.
back.
with the same resume,
Thank you.
and
Same
then all of
resume.
a sudden they're getting deemed for what? It's even worse because you had an agenda and you could only win 1 ball in a whole year where you needed to go out and win balls.
But
Hmm.
that
And
Yep.
goes
let's
back to
and
what I
let's
was saying.
and let's
Back,
and
hold on,
let's
hold
be
on.
very clear about the different types of people that we talking about, right? The people who we asking for resume are typically those people who come requesting their status, which is already backwards. When did we get to the point to where, okay, you going to the office of administration asking them for your scholarship, for your motherfucking
Agreed.
diploma? Huh?
Agreed. Agreed.
But a
and
lot
and
of this
on
stuff.
Agreed.
top of it, to be honest, if you're sitting there applying for legendary status, you don't need to be telling me about I won this ball, I was final about. You need to be telling me I was of the year here, I was
Of
this,
the
I
year.
had this grand
Yes.
prize, I've done, give me that. Give
But
me
first
that.
Yes.
of all, but let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you where the problem lies, though. I don't think nobody should be. That's why I said applying is weird to me. If I, J Rock, and I'm an icon, right, and I see it for someone, right, and me and other icons have been seeing it for someone, but in this, and we feel like it's their time. Now I'm going to bring up their resume to the board because you the one that see it. Well, tell your
Right.
board.
J Rock,
Right.
here's the problem. Here, listen, hold on, Arnold. Here's the problem. You're thinking from having integrity. Okay,
Right.
Mm.
you're not thinking about, very, from a standpoint of, let me go
Let me
ahead
get
and
my
deem this
girl.
person. Let me go ahead and deem my house member
Let
that
me
I
get
know
my
ain't won
girl in
nothing.
there.
Let
Right.
listen, I'm falling out of vogue, out of favor with this generation. Let me go ahead and deem these 3 or 4 people. Oh,
Yep.
let me go ahead and deem this person and tell them I'm gonna deem them at this ball because I'm having this ball. So let me go ahead so that house can buy a table and come support. See,
Mm.
or Or let me do this, baby. We need a new overall father, or we need a new chapter father. If you come over here, I'll make sure that you're dean. I'll get you. I'll get you dean. I'll
Or
get you your status. This and that,
or
whatever.
her or her in the
All
greater
That's
of
scheme of
right.
things, it's I don't want nobody telling me that I'm good enough, so I'm going to take that power away and I'm going to apply and say, you know what, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you that I'm good enough. I feel like all the things you said were very true, but I think it's a power thing. People just don't want to wait to have somebody else tell them that they are good enough to be legend. It's just like
Or here goes
I
the
don't
thing,
know,
but you
it's
know
or
an
what's so
ego
hold,
funny?
thing.
hold,
Wait,
hold on,
wait.
hold on, Barry. I'm just focusing on the side from the other side when J Rock said the icons. Or
Oh,
J Rock, you
okay.
get this. Oh, well, Larry, Ebony, and Stewart, and Tony, and Arnold, and Rodney, and Harold, they sat there and deemed these people. I wasn't included. Well, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna
Right.
go deem some people and show them I
Right.
got just as much power.
Yep.
Right.
So it goes all the way back to that time when you hear people say, I was gone for a while, but now I'm back and I see that y'all done did a little demon. So right now, this person icon, and then walk off the mic. You like, well, why you have to do that like that?
Right. Or
Like,
or
so
you or the first thing they say, yeah, or y'all just overlooking these people, or then you get these people that's crying in the scene. Oh, oh, I don't kiss nobody's ass, so they're never gonna deem me.
But never, I'm never gonna get it because I don't kiss the girl's
Mhm.
ass. I'm never gonna get it. Okay.
Mhm.
Dry
You're right.
begging.
You're right.
I mean,
You
Dry
it's
are
just
never gonna
begging.
get it.
it's
You're
so
right.
many different caveats. But I don't know the whole application thing. Like I think that's absolutely egregious. Like
Barry, I don't
Well,
look
what
at it
about
as
the people that campaign?
oh my
that's
god,
Yeah.
Did Lauren,
Yeah.
did
wait,
Lauren say that?
Lawrence,
Did Lauren say
Lawrence,
that?
yeah.
Lawrence, you mean like, oh, I started walking balls in 2015,
Yeah.
and Barry, yes, but
Yeah.
Barry,
Yes.
No,
again, like
no,
I
I
said,
like this one. I like this one. Oh my God. I just realized today I've been walking balls for 15 years. I just realized that today. Like, bitch, what?
right. But Barry,
Okay.
I think honestly, Barry, I don't think that someone can get okay. Also, let's not act like popularity isn't a thing, because there are some really there's oftentimes there are some people who are, they come to balls, they go home, it's not whatever, and they may walk a category and somebody be like, oh, it's not their time. Well, you do realize this person has 7 of the years, and this person has, won well over 60 trophies, this and that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
the person is not popular, you know what I'm saying? They're not.
Hmm.
Yeah,
They're
they're
not
not
put
They're
in
moving
not.
that
through
in
the
that position.
halls. They're not.
There was a
Yep.
Right.
time period. There was a time period back when they had this thing called the Ballroom Community Council. Harold was a part of it. I was a part of it. Back in the day, Tony Revlon, Tony Milan, all were a part of this thing. James Icon, all of them, and I've never seen a better time that was that ball. There was a structure running ballroom. There was becoming a structure that was run for status, for a lot of different things that would come around. What you had to do was we had meetings, and in your region, they had to nominate. You got to nominate several people. You got to nominate a few people for status, for legendary status or whatever kind of status, and it was brought to that community council. Then, if you brought them in, you put in their resume. You put in their resume. Okay,
That's really what
X,
I'm
Y, and
talking
Z.
about, Arnold. That's really what I was talking about. I
It,
think that's the way it should be. Then
no,
that's not an
it was
application.
done, and
But
it was done. Ask
Now
Harold.
that
It was
sounds
done.
better.
It was
it
perfect.
was it
It-
was but
but
What
with everything,
happened?
there
with
becomes
girls,
okay. An example. Okay,
I'm going to go to
eh, eh,
sleep.
you had the
Oh
Midwest
no.
saying, "Oh,
Oh
we're
no,
only
I'm
going to do
seeing the
three
people up
people per
here.
year." The entire Midwest, you got people walking in Detroit, Columbus, Indianapolis, Chicago. There's no, but y'all want to put up three names. It doesn't
right,
make sense. And
right,
very also, once you start doing a limit, you say there, what if I'm in the house of Ninja and and pre Jason? I don't have no representation. I'm in the house of Loren, but I've been out there winning, doing my thing. Until somebody feels sorry for me, I'm not gonna get my. I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna be able to be in the mix to be thought of and considered.
yeah. Now that's
Well,
true. That
and I
part
want to
is true.
say, I want to say proactively in the conversation, speaking from a
from the Kiki's perspective, right? Like
Y'all deem too
what's
fast.
so what's so crazy is
I don't
that
know nothing about Kiki. So
well, I mean, again, this is
Y'all deem fast as
it's
fucking
so
Kiki.
ironic how a similar, you know, how it has the similarities because again, when it came down to deeming here, that was the process that we all
Dre, you
agreed
got time for a
upon.
couple of questions? Dre, you got
That
time
was
for a couple of questions?
the process that we all agreed upon is that whoever basically proposed or brought the name up, you had to basically also have intact a resume for said demon of this person, right? The issue comes into play where I'm going to always be the person who is going to hold people accountable for either not, you know, staying on course to what we all agreed upon and or again just keeping it 100. So we
Can I
only are
get
talking about it
permission
from a
on this,
perspective
please?
of like from like the people who actually have the power to acknowledge. What about the people who again go the extra mile after you basically told them, you know, it was a no. You tell them why it was a no, but they still gonna go the extra mile to go get it done regardless because it's what they
Right.
want.
Yeah.
Because the scene again, there's somebody that's getting some kind of favor, some
Yeah.
way, somehow,
But
whether
I'm
it's
not trying to give this
monetary,
ballroom community council
what
all the grace, but that didn't happen then. It was a no, it was a no. You didn't
mm,
borrow because those people were engaged. All the people from the different areas that were on the ballroom community council were a part of this group and they upheld the integrity of the group. No, sweetie, it's a no this year. It's a no this year. You wasn't. So we that problem wasn't that we didn't have that problem at that point. Then
So
it
why did
was
y'all
New
break
York.
up then?
well, I mean,
There were some things
it
that
broke up
happened.
because
The, there
Power
egos,
was
struggle.
but
the
but
egos. There was some
also,
egos, some stuff that
but
happened. Stuff that
but
happened.
but
Yeah,
also too, very, you get to this point,
it was a ball.
as with
It was a ball in the
anything, the
Carolinas.
rich the the rich get richer, the rich
Yeah.
get richer, and very, you know, as the game said, that's just how it goes. It's all
Yeah.
about the ability to play game. And people, again, let me tell you something. Anytime there's a system in place, people are going to find ways to take advantage of it.
And
If
take
you have
they
people,
take advantage of it or find a way to try to dismantle it.
and
Or
and,
find a
and
way
people
to or
people will
find a way
sit and
to
see.
rebel against the system because the agreed system that they agreed upon didn't work in their favor this one particular time.
Let
Now they ready to
let
go
let that
rogue.
let that trauma go. Let that trauma go. We in the new year. We are in the new
you
year.
No, I'm talking about
talking about
No,
you
I
telling us to let
I
that
hear
trauma
you.
go. We
But
talking about
hold
the
on,
but
motherfucking
wait.
trauma.
No, the only reason I'm saying it
but
is because it was ballroom that showed me that. When I came into the and to this day, I don't know how this happened. Maybe because I was the only voice for the Gulf Coast. When I would even say I was still kind of kitten statement, whatever. I would never forget the icons put me in this group and they were submitting resumes and everything. It was only icons. They had a whole phone call. I'm on the phone call. I'll never forget. I started speaking, and Tony said, "Who is this speaking?" And I said, "It's J Rock." And they was like, "What the fuck is J Rock doing on the phone?" Bitch, I don't know. Y'all put me on here. Y'all had a whole bunch of stuff going on how y'all wanted to do it. And it almost sounded like what you were saying, Arnold, which was the ballroom council. But then one person got fucking mad and said, "Who are y'all to tell me who I can and who I can't deem?" And it just started falling apart. I said,
and that's
"Oh my."
always that's all. This is the thing. This is why this is let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The whole idea of structure and ballroom leadership, an overall structure for ballroom. I brought this idea to rest in peace, Eric Bazar. Eric Bazar told me years ago. Now this man passed before Balenciaga even started. Eric Bazar, for those that don't know, was one of the greatest commentators of all time.
Yes,
But
sir.
Eric said it sounds good. It'll never work in this scene. It'll never work in this scene because of the crabs in the barrel mentality. And no matter where you get in ballroom, no matter how far you get, ballroom is not letting somebody get too far out in front of the pack.
No, ma'am.
So, you know,
Don't
even
get
when
help.
people see even when people see things or certain things that start happening, people then start, attributing, oh, they start making people feel like something unscrupulous is going on,
Going on.
or
Who is she? Who is
right,
she? What does she do up there?
this is only happening. So I mean, it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate reality, but you know, the people don't want a level of organization. Some people don't want organization because they feel like it makes them lose power.
Yeah.
So
I've been trying. If you know anything, I've been trying to do a National Ballroom Coalition for I don't know how many years. It's been at every conference. It's been at everything. It even rolled over into the other conference and we tried to do it. It has always been the problem with who everybody has an issue with who's going to be on it, who's running it, who's going to. It's crazy how we care about that. That is so important to us about, oh, am I going to be on it? Is this person going to be on it? Is that going to happen? And which it does not even matter. It doesn't even matter, and nobody looks at the bigger picture or the greater good. And everybody
e-
just if they can't have
e-
their name on it or something in it, then they don't want it to happen.
every person here and in this chat, in this room right now, that's in a house knows that very. You can say we having a meeting, whether virtual or in person, and people will not show up.
It's not.
You say very, there's about to be an induction meeting, an opportunity
Everybody's
to make
there.
decisions.
Everybody's there.
You got retired members, you got people coming out the woodworks,
Yeah.
bitches is doubly delinquent. Everybody all of a sudden want to show up. Oh,
Harold, Harold, alliance
oh.
meetings. Alliance meetings. You have an alliance meeting. Girl hardly show up to the alliance meeting. Let it be
OTY.
awards ball time. Let it be awards ball time to vote. Everybody's there.
And then have the
Everybody.
nerve to have the most motherfucking shit to say
The
and
same.
everything, and you be saying to yourself,
Ain't been to a meeting all year.
Amen,
Ain't been
Tati.
to a meeting all a year. And when the awards ball comes up and it's time to vote, everybody's in the building.
and you know what's one of my biggest pet peeves, Arnold? When your grievance comes from you not being here to understand what the fuck is going on. Now you
Right.
sitting up here coming here talking, oh, y'all is playing. Y'all is playing. And I hate this type of shit. Okay.
Well,
I'm
my
not
my whole my whole
wait,
my
wait.
whole grievance about it is anybody whoever comes from a standpoint of wanting power, you're fucking delusional because again, in any type of
Ain't no
system, there is
power.
no
Ain't no
one
power.
person holds any power.
But
Again,
but you have to let me tell you to
No, but
understand something, Paris. Let me understand. You're right. There's no. I've always said this. There's no power in this alliance. In these alliances, there's no power. But you have to understand that perceived power is power.
yes, but but this is my thing again, like how we were just having the conversation of the commentary around Harold not voting for me, right? In reality, yes, the argument is that, bitch, not only did I not vote for you, but 3 other bitches did not vote for you as well. That same thing applies in the alliance. It's like it's the majority rules, but for some strange reason, we're gonna blame one bitch for all of it. You did
well,
it.
Oh no, you blame the chair. The chair gets blamed. Yes, the chair gets blamed for what's happening.
Welcome to the
But
chair.
wait, y'all
Welcome to
voted. Y'all voted for these. Y'all voted for all the rules.
Y'all voted.
You
I didn't
voted for
even
all
vote.
the
I didn't
things.
even vote.
Y'all voted. So now that they're being implemented, the chair gets the issue. The chair is the problem. Wait, y'all voted for this.
But I realized that a lot of people in ballroom it's a lot of people in ballroom that they put on these different alliances, councils, and everything. Ain't never
Definitely
been.
Tati.
They ain't never been on no type of deciding shit in their life. And when you try to teach them that this is what happens, I hate when they get in here and they want every. If Arnold wants something and I don't agree with it and I want it another way, but then Paris don't agree with neither one of us and she wanted another way, and then we can't all get it our way. We have to find some type of compromise. We have to find something. What is good for the general? Do you know they will crash and burn and not come back to another meeting all because, child, they shady. They don't want to hear what I got to say. No,
like
bitch.
yeah,
We're
like
the game.
not to bring it back up because we had already squashed it, but it just gets so draining when you are trying to reiterate a point to people to say, well, why do we keep spinning the block and you keep saying the same thing? If y'all asking, well, how the fuck did we have 15 of the years and we not house of the year? And I've already explained to you that the process is based on a vote. Doesn't matter how many of the years you won, but then you're gonna spin the block yet again and say, but that don't make sense.
We said it didn't make sense in the beginning when you voted for it to make sense.
It's the
Right.
But now,
process that y'all agreed
Right.
upon. Fuck is we
You
talking about?
agreed upon the process, right? But now you don't want the process. It's not helping. If it's not helping you, the
Like
process
what?
is flawed. Yeah.
because it didn't work in your favor. It goes back to power
Right.
and people trying to do stuff. And
But
one thing I've said about this when it comes down to um well, I can just say I can speak for me as a chapter father. One thing that I've never cared about was the fucking process. I don't give a fuck what the process is. I was going to try to make sure that my fucking chapter was of the year. Bitch, get out there, walk the fucking ball so there's no questions asked. Period. And that's how we was winning of the year. That's how we was getting house of the year, mother of the year, father of the year. All of our members got a of the year because we didn't give a fuck about a process. We was doing less talking and more fucking walking. Like that'd be
Well,
weird.
not even that, because we slightly talked about it too. The mentality of ball walkers today is not the same. Like when I came into ballroom, I don't know.
Well, J.
It
Rock,
never occupied my mind to think about trying to be a mother. It never crossed my mind to think about like why somebody else is getting treated better than me. Like my whole focus and my whole thing was I'm a competitive person. So bitch, all I'm focusing on is getting out there and providing the smoke. I don't understand how people get so wrapped up. You 2 years in the game, you talking about trying to be the mother, and you only 2 years in, you don't know shit about the culture really like that. Now you over here sitting here crying, complaining about how
but
you not supported,
but
whatever the
but
fuck that looks like.
but
but
And then
go ahead.
what?
but let me say this. Let me say, J. Rock, I believe the process is important. I believe the process is important. That's why your people. That's why y'all had this problem because the process, what the process is, they didn't want to. They didn't want to abide by the process. They went out there and walked. They got 15 of the years, right? They got 15 of the years, so they thought they should have been what J. Rock is saying. They thought they should have X, Y, and Z. But the process made them not get what they thought they should get. So the
But
process
they couldn't have thought that because
The
necessary.
again,
agreed to
It's
process.
yes, but I'm saying it's necessary
their
to understand the process. It's necessary
their
to understand the
constituents
process.
that they sent is the person who was there who
Right,
agreed
but
upon it.
I'm saying, but J Rock, I was just saying because J Rock said forget the process and what about well I'm
Wait a
just
minute,
worried
so
about
what is the
walking, and
process?
I
If you
understand
win
that
the most of the years, then how do you not win a house of the year?
because
That's
What is
they
the
not the
their
process?
process.
But
The
their
but
process
process
Barry, it
was
changed.
doesn't.
it
Their
comes down to
process
a vote.
changed. Yeah, their process changed. That's the
Oh,
way it
Right.
okay.
should have been. But the people voted to change the process.
Put it like this. Put it like this, Barry. This is something that me and Paris have always dealt with. Do you know how much backlash we get for trying to keep things a certain way? Then we get called gatekeeping. Girl, y'all doing this, y'all doing that. So then we say, you know what? Majority rules, right? So we say now that the majority has ruled and this is what y'all agreed upon, we gonna hold y'all ass to the fire. The minute that the new shit don't work, how are we the problem when we talk? We agreeing with you what you want right now. That's what we wanted from the beginning, but
But
you
wait,
didn't
wait,
want that.
but let me ask this, J Rock into Paris. Has the process changed?
Yes. Now it's
Yeah,
back
it
to
changed back.
now it's
Okay,
the house.
it would have changed immediately if I was there. It would have changed immediately the next day
How?
after the awards
How?
ball.
How?
Huh?
How? How?
No,
How
I
if
would have
you're
petitioned for it. We would have petitioned for it and we would have voted.
But
I
if
would have
that's not the
I would
rule, if that's not the rules, you'd have to wait until it was opportunity to change it.
yes, you have to wait till whenever that I'm just saying, whenever their time period comes in, I don't know how they do their particular
Oh
structure,
no, they
Yeah.
did it.
their
But
That
bylaws.
happened.
I don't,
That
my
happened.
thing is in the storyline, if you lived the storyline, Arnold, you would have been just as irritated because again, this is a classic example of people manipulating the system, and then when it's time for the system to work in what they think their favor, It does not.
Y'all,
So
I can't.
now
I'm
it,
telling
so
y'all. I'm
now it's
telling
an
y'all.
issue.
I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna go. I'm telling you. I told Harold, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna put my services out for all the alliances and show you how to run how to run an alliance. But you have to pay me.
Wait,
You have to pay me.
You don't
aren't,
have to do
aren't,
anything to run the
hold on.
alliance. It runs
Aren't you on the
itself.
I'm
west?
gonna show you how to run an alliance. I'm gonna show
Aren't
you
you
how
on
to
the
run.
west? Aren't you
You
on the
need to
West
run an
Coast Alliance?
alliance,
Are you a
huh?
part of the West Coast
I
Alliance?
surely am.
But
Oh,
So you a part of
okay.
that bullshit that be going on in the
What's
West
the
Coast?
bullshit? What's the bullshit? It's the only alliance I know that works out. Name one. Y'all sure don't.
oh
Oh,
Y'all sure
wow,
don't.
Arnold, what?
Arnold,
What?
really?
What don't happen? Every bylaw is they go
Somebody
by
was
all the
attacked, and
bylaws.
y'all had
They
let
may
the
not
person
like
that
it.
was doing the
Look,
swinging and attacking come
sweetie.
back before
They
y'all
may
let the
not
person that.
like it. They may not like it, but the bylaws are adhered to. They may not like it when it comes up, but the people abide by the
All right, well,
bylaws.
why y'all
So
should have been
sorry.
banning a lot more people then for y'all bylaws is being followed.
Yes, I bet you we ban more than anybody else. When it's
Well,
necessary, when there's a bannable
well,
offense,
y'all,
they get
I ain't heard
banned.
no,
Well,
I ain't heard no
I
bannable
imagine
offense on this
so. I
last
imagine
When
one.
it's a
so.
bannable offense.
Queen Stack standing up, baby.
Well,
She's out of there.
if it's a bannable offense, if it's a
If
I,
bannable
it's
offense,
that's not,
I said
we're
what
not
I
gonna even.
said.
Hold up,
and bring
Justice for
we're
Queen
not gonna do
Stack.
that. We're not gonna do that.
Dre, can you come in here, please? I got a
We're not
Justice.
couple of
gonna.
questions.
I gotta go,
We're not.
y'all. I
Dre,
gotta go.
We're not
Like
gonna even
like
do
like
that.
Cheryl, like Cheryl said, I gotta go. I gotta go.
We're not gonna. Diggy, yeah, they the epitome, Diggy. You heard what he said. We need to follow their
The
lead.
epitome is a stretch.
the epitome of alliances, and you better believe it, Dickie. You better believe it.
Why y'all didn't
Susan,
ban all those people
I
who
heard
That's
why
right.
y'all
y'all
didn't
pretty
in
good
y'all
too.
Virginia
bylaws y'all
does
I
should
do
heard
a
put
y'all
good
people
good
that
too,
job.
across the
Susan.
panel.
But you have to understand, Susan. You've been advising the girls, so that's a whole different thing. That's what they don't understand. That's one thing they don't understand. Having advisors, will
You know what's so funny though? You know what's so funny
it's a
though?
class.
You
It's a
know what's so
class they
funny?
need to take.
But you know what's so
Girl.
funny though? You know what's so it's
Oh, Miss
just so
Harold,
Girl.
you know
no,
you know
just
what's
cause
so
y'all ain't
hilarious.
there,
No,
Harold.
no. But you know what's so hilarious
Baby,
to
we
me?
don't have no problems in the
Wait,
DMV. You don't hear no problems
hold on,
here.
hold on. You know
Cause
what's
y'all
so
don't do nothing in the
you
DMV.
know
Baby, are you just hold on one second, y'all. Y'all y'all have this well run
Oh
y'all
my
have this well
God.
y'all have this well run machine out there, but you got people slicing people up, people
oh my god.
discrediting people. You got old people arguing
What can
with argue.
Harold,
Hold on, boo. Hold
can
on,
you
boo. Y'all,
can you
y'all,
tell
y'all
people
have
when
this
to fight
great
or not to
alliance.
fight? When
You know what
well
you
you
sound like?
Miss
You
Harold,
sound like
what
you
you
talking
want,
about the
Miss
West
Harold?
Coast Alliance.
What
You
you
sound
want
like Donald Trump. You sound like
when you got a
Donald
member
Trump
waving
talking
a
about the
gun out
United
in the
States.
parking lot?
Everything is so
When you got a
perfect.
member waving a gun out in the parking lot, what you talking about?
Oh,
You said
What you
what?
talking about?
Well, girl, you're the grand wizard
What
of
about the
the
Grand
West Coast
Wizard?
Alliance.
You
You're
had
the
a member
grand wizard of the West
waving a
Coast
gun around. Don't
Alliance.
talk about nobody
What
slashing
happened?
nobody.
Huh?
You had a member waving a gun around in the parking lot.
Arnold, let me ask you this. You're out here offering your services. Have any Saint Laurent's been banned on the West Coast?
Banned for what?
For anything?
What would they be banned for? I mean,
I'm
what?
asking you.
Why would they be banned? They've done nothing to be banned.
I'm asking you.
They've
Have there
done
been?
nothing to be banned. So
At no point there was never a Saint
everybody
Laurent.
has to do something to be banned. Everybody has to do something to be banned.
At
It has to be a
at
bannable offense. It
at
needs
no
to be a
point where
bannable offense
at
according to
no
the
point
bylaws.
at no point where any Saint Laurent brought up for anything.
I don't remember any Saint Laurent's being brought up for anything.
Oh, see, y'all see how the
If
system
you
work out
remember
there.
something,
This a real
bring
Donald.
it out.
This
I
a
don't.
real
Y'all
Bring
see
it
how the
out.
system work out there.
Bring it
Yeah,
out.
it's not. If they don't move with any integrity, it's crazy. He's sitting on here acting as if they make all the best decisions for the scene.
No
When in fact,
integrity. No integrity.
There was an
No
incident
integrity.
just
You
happened.
had a house. So Paris, please don't talk. You had a house that won 15 of the years or more and didn't get House of the Year.
because
Well,
that's
And,
not
and,
the
everyone gonna
and
vote
process.
houses
for it.
and
That
houses that
argument
won
is
3 or 4 of the years that were up for House of the Year. Girl,
Well,
move with
the
that. Move, miss me
well,
with all
well,
that.
well,
That
the
is
house
that,
that
but that was the agreed to process. Just
By
like
the
Why would
house
you
like
that
allow that
won
to be an
15.
agreed to
just,
process?
just,
Why would you? That's what I'm
hey,
saying.
hey,
That's
hey,
what I'm
hey,
saying.
hey,
That's
hey,
no. That's
like
what
you
I'm
say
saying.
all the
That's why you
time,
need good leadership
like
in the chair. No, but a good
like
chair would
you
have
say
never
all
let
the
that happen.
time. Hey, that's what the representatives voted for.
No, and
That's what
no,
you
let me
say.
tell you
A
what a
good
let me tell
chair
you
would
what a
have never
good
let that
let me tell you
happen.
what a good chair does. A good
Well,
Oh,
guess
chair
wait.
what?
walks
He
out of
just
the
Well, go
room
sit down in
in
a
which
good
maybe
chair.
the
Paris,
chair
he's
didn't
coming for
agree with the
you.
decision, but at the end of the day, whatever the body chose to decide, I have to roll with that, and that's what they wanted.
But you were supposed to be you were
She
supposed to be
no.
the voice of reason
You were
with
supposed
the
to be a
body.
dictator.
You're
You were
supposed to be
supposed
the
to be a
voice of
Express
gun.
my
reason with the
viewpoints.
body.
I express my viewpoints, but it's not for me to control their vote.
That's right.
Diggy, I could come in and shape it up. I can come and shape it up and
You
shape it
sound
up.
like Donald Trump for real.
He
Like,
is. That's why the West Coast act the way that they act, right there.
There
Oh,
you
so the
got
West
it.
Zaparis.
Coast, so the
Zaparis,
West Coast
don't
is
do that.
basically
Don't do that,
MAGA.
Zaparis.
So
Don't do that.
The West
Hey
Coast is basically
Dre,
the Heritage
What's going
Foundation.
on?
how you doing, bro?
I'm good. How's
Good, good.
everything?
You got time for a couple questions in my Nikki voice?
Sure.
So what happened in San Diego, Dre? What happened in San Diego?
Oh wow, that's two grand prizes ago. Hold on, let me see if I can remember.
All right.
Like
Well,
what
you know
part?
what? You was there. It wasn't that long
No,
ago. That wasn't that long
which
ago.
part?
And you
Which
wasn't wrapped up in a lot of snowsuits anyway. Out there.
Oh,
what part? Okay,
where
what
you going
incident are
with
you
that?
referring to?
Um, were you involved in a skirmish up with the panel and approaching the panel and stuff
Well,
at the bar
first
in
of all, I
San
never
Diego?
approached the panel. I was on the runway. I didn't approach the panel.
Oh, you were on
Wow.
the
So
runway.
wait, hold on, Dre. As legal counsel, I'm advising you not to bring up anything. We have someone here touting their their might and power on the West Coast. Anything you say can
No,
be
I didn't.
used
I didn't say I
against
had
you.
any.
So so
Harold, don't
so
put words in my
let's not
mouth. Dre
let's
was
not
already.
let let's not
I don't.
say anything.
Dre was
Before
cleared.
they bring it
Dre
up in
was
another
cleared.
meeting.
Dre was cleared. Dre was
I
cleared.
know, and I know I can't be tried again because that's double jeopardy. So I'm not worried about it.
Baby, they gonna tell you you didn't read Article
Page
3
3
dash
of the
7.
um, uh, Causing a disturbance or approaching the panel is a bannable offense, Diggy. Yes.
Yes,
Baby,
I do make that. That's why I didn't come up to the panel. Again, I'm very smart. So,
and,
no, I didn't come to the panel.
anything. Oh, listen, they pick and choose. Listen, baby, I
That's
saw the
not
video
true,
footage.
Harold. Nobody picks and chooses anything, Harold. That's
That's
not
not my
true.
background.
That's
That is
so
true
not true.
because it was alleged that most of the people walked up to the panel at that very bar. Y'all only being one person.
How you
Say it
doing,
one more time.
Paris?
It was
Zapata,
alleged that at
That's
Charles
right
it
back
seems
there.
Drake,
to
you on
me,
mute?
Zapata,
Drake,
it
mute.
seems to me you should be
Oh
happy
yeah,
because
I'm
it would have been
sorry.
half of your house that went, sweetie. It would have been
Wait,
half
Oh,
of
before
your
you
wait,
go,
house that
hold on,
went.
wait, hold on, wait,
hold on, Arnold.
whoa,
Hold on,
whoa.
hold on. So you said nobody went to the no other people went to the panel, but as soon as the Paris pushed back, you said it was
I
half
didn't say
of the
nothing
Paris.
about no other people went to the panel. I didn't say that. I didn't say no other people went to the panel. Dre said he didn't go to the panel. Dre said he was on the runway.
Hold on,
Drake,
I know
hit
who
mute.
approached the panel. I saw videos.
hold
I
on,
saw the
hit mute.
videos. I know who approached the panel.
Hold on, Dre,
Well,
hit
J
mute.
Rock's having his own conversation up there, so
No, I'm
That's
not. That's
Drake.
Dre. I ain't got no
Oh, that's Dre.
conversation.
Drake,
Oh,
mute
okay,
your
sorry.
phone.
But let me tell you something. Let's talk about the ball after that.
Who you telling something though? Who you tell? You said let me tell you something. Who,
Don't you back
I'm
down, J
talking.
Rock.
I'm talking. I'm talking. What I'm talking about?
I know, right?
look at that, yeah.
We know you're inside, right?
But listen,
All right.
wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Who?
We know where the
Dre, mute your phone right quick.
We know everything.
Listen,
Yeah.
Drop
Outside.
the
him.
ball. So
And
the ball
people
that
still
just happened.
speaking.
You know what I find so weird? The ball that just happened. There was a situation on the
Yes.
panel where people got upset and people are yelling and doing all kind of stuff. But then there was no meeting about it.
Been on this plane.
I don't understand that. But then like when
Why
it
ain't
came
put him
down
in the
to
phone
us,
and leave him
hold on.
outside?
J Rock, why don't you just drop him? We can't hear you.
Oh, he muted. He muted him.
What I'm gonna say is, Dre, can you raise your hand when you want to? Because it keep on coming through. No, what I said was at this last ball, it was a dispute.
You talking about at the coldest winter?
No. At this last ball on the West Coast, y'all last ball, there was a
You
dispute.
talking about Queen Stacks' ball?
No, the ball after that. The
Which
whatever
ball
the
after
ball.
that? Which ball after? What ball was after that?
You don't know the balls on your West Coast? There was a
Mm.
ball.
Queen
that
Stacks
just
had the
happened.
last ball,
Lord.
luminous. But you talking about the ball that just had this weekend?
Was there a ball? What was it? Was that a luminous? No, that not
The
that one.
luminous
Was
something
something
ball
burning
was
in on the
that
West
ball?
Coast? Was something burning on the West Coast or something?
No, Queen Stacks had her ball. Then they just had this luminous ball. Queen Stacks had
But
the
there was
last
a
ball
ball.
before the
There
luminous
was
ball.
a ballroom situation. I think it was something is burning or something, whatever. I don't know.
LA is burning.
With the Malik situation and all that kind of stuff.
What's the Malik
then he-
situation?
And he
Oh,
ended
that
up.
was no, that was an exhibition, something that you talking about what
Oh,
that was some exhibition
An
thing.
exhibition? It wasn't ballroom?
Oh, so it
That
don't
wasn't
matter.
that
'cause
had
it-
nothing to do
wait,
with that
hold
was
on,
not
hold
a
on.
sanction. Wait, that was not a sanctioned ball by the that was something that Brandon Anthony did on a club night.
Oh,
That's something he
so
did on a
it
club
was
night.
something in the same
I'm
way
sorry.
when
I
Mashanti got.
apologize. I
Never mind. We
apologize.
just paid.
Thank
I
you.
apologize. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
apologize. Although it was a
Child.
ball
Thank you.
and
Pick and
a ball
choose, pick and
panel
choose, pick
and
and
It's not
choose.
picking
you know,
choosing. What do you mean picking and
Pick-
choosing? It was
this some
girl.
real
So
MAGA,
so
this some
anybody
MAGA shit
anybody
right
throw
here.
something on a club night and say, here, I got $50 on the category,
Was it
vote
an
for me.
anybody? Was it
Is
an
that
anybody?
is anybody to me?
Oh.
So Brandon Anthony isn't up and coming icon?
I don't know. Is he an up and coming icon, Harold?
Is he a legend?
He's a legend. I'm assuming they said Jack said he was a legend, didn't he?
Ooh, you sound just like
What
Donald
you-
Trump.
Whoa,
What?
Arnold,
I don't know
wait.
nothing.
No,
I don't know
Arnold,
nothing.
Wow.
You
Well,
never seen
on
the
the way.
Wow.
What are y'all doing?
You
Wow,
never been.
Jack.
Wow.
said-
All right. Let me go, y'all. I'm gonna go.
You don't
Y'all
even know
have
the
a good
Heritage
night.
Foundation. You don't know the Heritage Foundation either, do you?
what about the Heritage Foundation?
You sound like Donald Trump. I don't know. I don't know
Shout
anything
out to
about
shout out to Reverend Jesse Jackson passed away. But may he rest in peace.
Oh wow.
That's
So we're gonna
crazy,
use
Arnold,
that-
how you just sat here and deflected. That was wow.
How did
Wow,
what did I
we
deflect?
we
I'm
just
confused.
went from
The
we're
parents,
deflecting.
please illuminate
Yeah.
me like the illuminating luminous luminous.
Because
ball they
you
just-
basically, if this fell upon the ears of somebody not from our culture, they would insinuate that the person that threw the ball was of no affiliation with ballroom.
They didn't throw a
And
ball.
so-
What are you talking about? They didn't throw a ball. They
Okay,
had a
they
club
threw a
night.
ballroom event.
They didn't throw a ballroom event. It wasn't a
How many
sanctioned ballroom
categories?
event.
How many?
It was a club night that he put
It is
some
a,
money
but it's
on.
still
a couple-
it still turned into a ballroom event.
No.
It was not a ballroom
That
event,
doesn't mean
sweetie.
it's not a ballroom event because y'all didn't.
It wasn't a
sanction-
ballroom event.
It doesn't mean that it's not a ballroom event. It's not a sanctioned ballroom event, but that doesn't mean it's not a ballroom event. Y'all don't get to arbitrate. Y'all don't get to decide like very whatever. No, it doesn't count for anything.
Okay, so when the other folks have things and bring people in there and they have something and they said and y'all they say it's a ballroom event and y'all say it's not it wasn't a ballroom event, so that same thing applies, Harold.
Oh, aren't you?
Same thing applies, Harold.
Aren't you the judge and the jury on the West Coast?
What do you mean about I'm not the judge and jury of anywhere. I'm not judge and jury of anything anywhere.
Oh.
As I hope nobody up on this panel is a judge and jury of anything.
We not, and that's why we saying why are you putting it on one person? Because we ain't the judge and jury.
Who am
It's
I?
a community
What
thing.
person am I putting it on? What are you talking
Well,
about?
just
No,
just
we
with the
talking about
last
the
person, you
community.
said you don't think that it was. That's what you said. You didn't think.
I didn't think what? Say what?
How about Brandon
said you
Anthony's
didn't-
status?
What about Brandon?
Well, Jack
After you
damn
read,
did something.
after you read that man's status,
I read nobody. I would not read Brandon. Why would I read Brandon?
Yes, you
I-
You
did.
asked was he?
Yes,
You
you
asked
did.
you said
I
up and coming
said-
icon. I said Harold.
I
Is he?
said-
You said is he a legend? I said Jack
What-
called him
what-
out as a
what-
legend.
Exactly.
Hold
Wait,
on.
wait,
No,
stop.
no,
Right,
girl.
right there.
Miss
So,
Arnold,
Arnold, you
Thank you,
don't try to
Adam.
ride
I
your
did
bike
not read
backwards
that
down the
man.
hill.
Adam, you be quiet. Let me go home right quick.
Why you want Adam to be quiet?
Oh,
I did not read that man. I would
oh,
not read Brandon. For what reason?
baby,
What?
Arnold,
Yes.
Bitch,
baby,
I'm on the show.
you better play with these 469 other people in this room, but this one right here, you better leave this one alone, okay?
Harold, what are you talking about?
And my thing
Baby.
is, why you don't come at Arnold the way you come at me? Because I said, let me tell you something. What you mean? But then he said,
But
you
J
not gonna
Rock,
play
you
with
know
these
that
400.
J Rock, you know that is the wrong thing to say to folks. Let me tell you something. That
Finally came out, huh?
come on, J Rock.
But he said you can play with these 469 people in this room, but you're not gonna play with me. And you was like,
You
yes,
act
sir.
like
Yes,
we
yes,
just keep you
daddy.
locked up in the tower or something.
Child, that is not
She-
Harold.
Look, J Rock, she know. She know. She don't know belt the ass, baby.
Harold.
Right. But my whole thing is, Arnold, I'm slowly not you. You slowly like easing out of my favorite icon spot because again,
Well, I'm
Slow
sorry to
you are
hear
just
that. I'm sorry to hear that. I
Slow
don't
you
think
are
I did anything to you to get
you
out
are
of
just
that.
because
That's really that's
So
you're
is he not trying?
I
displaying.
so
told
if
you.
that's the case, the parents, I was never your favorite icon. If you're saying that, because
Oh,
I've done
And now you're
nothing
gonna
to
sit
you.
and try to gaslight me. You
wow.
won't even let me explain.
Why would I
Wow.
gaslight? Folks in the comments, have I did anything to the Paris tonight? Anything at
Yeah.
all to the Paris?
Well,
You just
for
just
Folks in the
read her
comments,
comments.
the Paris
You
just
read her
said to me,
chair.
"You're
No,
becoming
have
not
you
my
done?
favorite icon." So I'm saying, obviously, if you you can say that, then I was never your favorite icon. If you can say that,
You
Well, I
read her.
mean, clearly you weren't the favorite icon when you said the Paris clearly did not get chopped for no outfit. The Paris got chopped for that voguing at the
you
Mugler
know
ball.
I was playing with the Paris. You know I was.
What?
Well, I really
What?
wasn't playing
Well,
with the
wait,
Paris.
hold on, Arnold.
The
Well,
Paris
Arnold,
performance that night was horrible. Y'all know
Ar-
that.
Ar-
Y'all know that.
Arnold, you. So wait, you said you were just playing, but if
No,
somebody else,
I just said it, Harold. I said no, I wasn't. I said Japan's. You're not listening. I said her performance was horrible that night. She
well,
know
you're
it. That's
all
why
over the
she laughing.
road.
She know it.
Toya, can you come up here and protect the Paris? Because the Paris' poor little
Look,
performance is
Toya,
getting tore up.
Toya knew her the Paris performance was terrible that night. I'm sure she pulled her to the side and said, "Girl, you go out there like that again."
Terrible. Okay, Arnold, but you're not just gonna keep
Wow.
saying
Paris, you
terrible when there were
vote.
The
Paris, you
there
Paris.
can
were a
vote.
lot
Wow,
of
that's
terrible
your
people
The
up there
Paris, you
that
can
got
vote.
10.
The
But
Paris.
that night,
That's your favorite
Paris,
icon,
we all
huh?
was like, that night we was all like, "What is the Paris doing? What is she
Whoa.
doing?"
Oh, so
You
wait,
see what I
so
mean? And here
so
we are.
wait,
We
hold
back
on,
on
hold
it
on, the
again.
Paris.
Including the one that's sitting
I
beside
can
you,
say that
the
about a
Paris.
couple of my
The Paris,
fellow.
including the one that's sitting beside you, including the one that's sitting beside you.
Hey, the Paris. I wasn't at the
I'm
Mugler
okay,
ball,
Toya.
so
I'm okay.
the Paris. I wasn't at the Mugler ball, so we know that's a lie. Thank you.
And only one
You didn't
person
see.
chopped it.
Wait,
Then when they
wait,
asked when
Harold.
it was
You didn't
asked
see.
why was
You
it
didn't
chopped,
see.
it said the effect. It did not say
I
the
I
performance.
didn't. Arnold, actually,
Oh, okay. You didn't
actually,
see it,
you
Harold. My phone. Harold, my bad. Ain't no fight. I'm not into it. Ain't into it, Harold. Ain't
let's be
into it.
clear.
Ain't into
No,
it.
ma'am.
Ain't
No,
into it.
ma'am.
You ain't got to be
Actually,
clear. You ain't got to
I
be
was,
clear.
I was. No, I'll be clear
Arnold
like
came
your.
ready tonight.
You've been
I'll
like
be
that
clear.
for the past
I'll be clear
3
like your
shows.
water should have been Valentine's night. But you were on the phone with
Right, don't
Anthony
do
West
that.
and Milan
I didn't
Scaparelli
say that.
the night of the Mugler ball because I was at a card party at Jonathan Prodigy's house.
Okay.
That sounded about right. That sounded about right because Anthony loved to read me regardless. It's crazy
No.
how Arnold was sitting amongst those gays and allowing them to tear me down. That's what I mean.
Your
Like you can,
that's your
you know
favorite
what?
icon, though. That's your
The
favorite
Paris,
icon.
I would never let anybody tear you down. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Tear you,
I would never let
look,
anybody tear you down. Nobody
tear you
tore
up.
you down. I don't
She,
know where you get that from.
she'll let them tear you up, but not tear you down.
Toya said besides you, huh?
No, Toya, no. It ain't that. It ain't that kind of party. The Paris is my girl. The Paris is my girl. She knows she my girl. Even if I ain't her
Wait,
favorite icon no more, she's still my
Oh
girl.
wow.
when you went from starting off saying the Paris was one of your then you was like, well, Paris is my girl. You was gonna say one of my.
My girl, she my girl. Paris knows she my girl. I
You had
knew,
backed
I
out.
know, I
You
knew.
had backed
Well,
out of
I
that
knew
promise.
Paris the first time. I knew Paris the first time she put on her geese, and she was up in there, and I hugged her, gave her a hug. You didn't know who she was. Walked right past. Didn't have
You're
no
right.
idea
Oh,
who
Artie,
she
you
was.
are playing a nasty game tonight.
You're right. You're right.
Had no idea for weeks. I mean, different. How many balls to
Yes.
Paris? Like 3, 4 balls. She didn't know who she was.
Yeah, you're right, Paris. Because I felt like Paris was such a transformation. I didn't recognize that it was Paris. So yeah.
Good with Harold. Good with Harold.
Play this game with somebody else, Arnold. Hey Jay, we all right down there?
This is so crazy.
What's the door number? 511. Yeah, you played that one right there.
Scooby.
Charles Montgomery, 511.
Yo, the Ebony's is up in here like security.
We are. This how we
Yeah.
roll. This the
And
new
they said, hold
regime.
up. Hold the fuck up. Don't play with my people.
Mm. What's up? What's up? Most wanted.
But
What's
see,
going on
this is
down
how
there in
you know that you are
804?
somebody of stature in ballroom. When the icons speak on you in such a way, that's when you know that you've made it. So anybody out there in the comments,
Work for
if you ever want to know if you that bitch, that's how you know.
Toya, you on us out here, Toya. Why you on us like this?
Because
Oh
that's her
yes, we
door.
love sweetness.
So Paris, the drag is T. How would I recognize you? Yeah.
At all. At
Adam,
all.
Adam, what happened was we was in Chicago, and the Paris was standing right next to me, and Harold was like, "Where's
Child, it was
Paris?
several.
Like, where's your daughter? Where is her?" And I'm looking at Harold like, right here.
J Rock said, "You don't see this hard ass man right here." Oh.
No, I remember the parents said, Harold.
No, I just sat there with the biggest smile because I feel like it was a compliment. Like I think that's my idea of like drag is like if my personality should have their own look. So if you're not clocking my aesthetics, then that's T.
Yeah.
Then she came and she said, maybe it's because, never mind, I ain't gonna, never mind. We in the,
don't tell everything, J Rock.
Yeah,
Don't tell it
Cedric
all.
Johnson.
Well, me and
Cedric.
Harold always been at odds, not only because he voted over me, and then he don't be recognized who I am, but then he also likes to dive in my same Butch Queen pool. And so it was this one time in Atlanta when he was trying to pull my whole car with one of my Butch Queens, and I did not appreciate that at all.
Oh shit.
So
Damn.
Wow.
You
Oops,
go to
gotta
the same
go.
church. Wait a minute, Harold, you go to the same church the Paris go to?
Wait, hold on one
Mhm.
second. Hold on one second. We ain't seen
Look
Derek
at Derek.
all night long. Now all of a
Derek been in the
sudden,
comments. Derek
You
been
better
in the
come through,
comments.
Derek. Come through, Derek.
I've had that problem with Trent. I was like, baby, go ahead, but I ain't got that problem no more. I've been here.
yeah, you had clean you had made a U-turn real quick, J Rock. Huh?
Shut up.
J-Rock, oh shit, let me shut up.
Ooh, Lord. Oh shit. I'm not worried about none of y'all. Y'all getting on my nerves now. Woo. Let me see. Sister, like, well, anyways, y'all some teas. I see. No, that's them sending her reading and whatchamacallit wanna be. You know what? I'm just gonna
You want to
leave it
know
alone.
what had really choked me up is the other day when y'all was talking about that the people who had got deemed icon in Boston, and it had brought me back to the flashback to when I had revealed that I had let that film queen do to me the Heritage Weekend the last time they had HMI. I mean the last
Wait, what you
What?
let the
Hey, Green.
What you let her do to you?
Like,
Oh,
just let it go.
No, Toya. Stay here, Toya. Stay here with your daughter.
has to go. We was talking about parents.
That's
Then we
when
was
I
talking
became
about
your daughter that
sponsors.
weekend.
All right. Hey, we don't. Not me.
oh wait.
What?
Oh yeah.
No, don't leave, Derek.
That's it's the people just be walking through delivering food and shit. And please don't say nothing because somebody been pulled up here and
That
been like,
content would have made you
"I'm
about this
talking to
hella
you."
money. I'm telling you. Mhm.
We gone. I'm leaving with you, sis. Not.
Matter of fact, hold up, Toya, don't pull off. I need a ride.
I need a ride too.
I was making my thousands.
Baby. Baby.
Oh, it's school be
Oh
talking about
my.
some, yes, sister. They talking I'm in a truck.
Baby.
I was making my
Yeah,
thousands.
I'm gonna
You
just
know
lay
that
out the
what
back.
was the name of that hotel that they had put
Toya,
us
can I
in,
get a
Dad?
ride to the hotel?
The Yaya. What was it called?
Yotel.
Yeah, the
Your
Yotel.
tail.
Oh, the
Mhm.
Yo Trail. I really like that. It's like the little modern hotel we had HLL.
I knew it
Yeah,
was something
your tail.
extravagant.
Baby.
They had the
Y'all
LED
said
lights. They had the
I
little
had a
bed. They
big
had the little
room.
shower curtain. You could have slid the shower curtain, be in the shower while the person watch you.
With the
Mhm.
fold up beds, yeah. And you know what I also
Derek, with the push in bed.
and you know what
Yeah.
I also liked about that hotel? When you walked in, it was just a restroom. It didn't say men, women, or nothing. It was just a restroom. I said, so how we come up with this fucking idea at the hotel, but it's a whole restroom problem in America. But when you went in the hotel, it was just a restroom.
Baby,
I was like, y'all
ain't no
I'm
restroom
talking,
problem. When
Oh,
you
can
walk in a
we take a
restaurant,
left? Can we take a
when,
detour and go to politics real quick? Because we got Harold here, and I want to scratch his brain real quick.
oh Lord.
We
So,
were packed in that hotel, Derek. We was in that hotel that year.
Bitch,
Just
we had
man, when I
hey,
tell you,
I sprayed my boots in that like on that little patio where it was grass
your
area.
booty.
What I went and
me
got
and
my
my mama linked up every morning and every
bitch.
night. It was like clockwork.
Hold up. Y'all know the little patio area where they was having like the little parties and stuff at night. It was
Mm-hmm.
like okay. I was over in the corner, and then when it had kind of got dark, I had sprayed my boots gold. Bitch, it was gold spray all over that motherfucking ground. Bitch, when I tell you I had realized I fucked that fucking ground up, I left from
I know. So
uh,
now you can go back and tell who did it. You finally got that
oh
out.
that
bitch.
was that's what we
Wow.
had to pay for, J Rock.
Nah, y'all didn't pay for that. No, they didn't know. That could have been anybody. There was still other people in that hotel, boo.
Man, that was so much fun. They need to bring that back. See,
It's speaking of, when we gonna know about different them grants and shit?
The thing was cut off was Sunday, so they're getting ready to
Oh,
start
okay. Looking over them.
looking over them. Yeah.
Harold, have you ever thought about going into politics?
Baby, I would have to walk into politics with very. Hey, um, here's my story. Let me tell y'all my story, and let me
Right.
tell
Let me
you
just
why.
get this out the way
Yeah,
The
because
now.
whole thing. Tell the whole thing.
And if y'all still
I listen.
want,
Well, no,
I
not really,
listen.
because we already got a convicted felon as the president.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, yes, we do.
but I don't need nothing coming up later. I would rather just say, listen, let me tell you my story now. And if y'all like me after that, we can go forward. Now what's up? Because I ain't got time for all
um,
this.
I listened to this interview Miss Pat did, and Miss Pat said one thing she learned and one thing she does, and she be at odds with her husband about is she puts everything out there. She puts everything out there because she said because you're never gonna hit her over the head with anything, So anything in her past, her story, anything about her family, she's gonna be the one to put it out because y'all will never break a story on her or turn that into something. Cause
Yeah.
yeah,
But you do know, and it's funny you asked as a Paris because I think that's the reason. Like, I keep telling everybody I'm not innocent or nothing like that. It's just that for some reason, every time I've wanted to do
anything other, it be always something pull me back of what if one day, what if one day, you see what I'm saying? What if one day? So the little things that I have done, I don't think I have done anything that could be like, oh, bitch, this is a scandal T. But it was only because I've always been like, I know I've always been a people person and for the people. So I don't really want to, but I do know that if it came down to like having to serve the people, I probably can go into that because I'm already doing that kind of stuff anyway, as in trying to keep everybody informed, fighting against all this kind of stuff in the air. But I don't know. These past 2, 3 years, I've been like, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I feel like right here where I feel like my concern is more so I had already I think I had already came to the reality that clearly with this whole Epstein thing, to know that when it first became a thing,
The whole
how
what
I guess
thing? I didn't hear
how
you. The whole what thing?
huh,
The whole what thing?
the Epstein file.
Epstein. Okay.
Yeah, so when he originally got arrested the first time, to know that in that timeline of my life that I was so oblivious to that was going on. And so now that we are now here in this climate that we are in, and the fact that understanding that if this is as global as they say, realistically, this is going to dismantle and have to change the world order as we see it. And I think my concern is like, well, what would that look like, and how do we do it the most successful way?
I, d- I don't I don't think that these people will ever allow you to get to that point. They're not because there are too many powerful people with too many um
With too
too
much
much power
money.
and too much money, too much power in place. Let's be clear, right? Jeffrey Epstein was
Sister.
convicted and went to jail. All of a sudden, he couldn't take it anymore, and he killed himself. He didn't kill himself. They you know they got rid of him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got rid of him. Um, and this is where other people, people wonder why people aren't coming forth because they know the power in in those circles, you know. So if anybody is delusional enough to think that this is going to get out and lead to some type of reform, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
We're probably as close as at this point to doing anything because you have 3 more years of this current administration before potentially you even get another administration in to even get to the point
The
of
only saving grace you may have are midterms, or midterms when you possibly could gain the House back when the Democrats gain, and maybe then some of the stuff will quell off.
it
Because
doesn't, but that won't matter because there will be legal challenges, and at the end game at the end, whether they have the House, the Senate, or whatever, Donald
Stevie,
Trump
I've
has
been
the
praying
Supreme
so
Court
hard.
at the end of the game to basically prevent stuff from ever getting out. This is where Donald Trump knew
but
very.
I'm just talking about in general. I'm not talking about the Epstein situation. Whatever's gotten out of the Epstein situation is already out. They over 3 million pages already out. Ain't nothing else coming out. It's there.
Well,
Right,
no,
but
it's bigger
it's
than that. It's more files
right,
that haven't
yeah,
even
but
been
yeah,
released.
right. So they said
No, no,
that
no. They released the. Okay, go ahead.
they have not really they have not released. They just said the other day that there is a whole bunch of stuff that they're still going through that has not been released.
And that's why
So
Pam
everything has
Bundy
not been
said if
released yet.
we, and that's why Pam Bundy was saying that damn, if we do, even with what I already released, plus if they release everything, the whole government will collapse. And that's why I keep saying, well, collapse this motherfucker. I don't understand why y'all just don't get these motherfuckers out. Obviously, it's not working. But then I started finding out, which I gagged at this. Bitch, Pam Bundy, you been groomed, bitch. I didn't know you was on the Epstein Island too as one of them little girls. So they got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Oh. They
Yeah.
put you through
And
school
this,
and
I think the
everything.
scariest part is that watching how everybody else in the whole wide world is responding to it, and they're taking immediate action of like
They
holding
taking immediate
their
action.
superiors accountable. And here we are, like slow putting when all the evidence is clear as day there. Like, what are we doing?
Power, just like in ballroom, power. They want to get, bitch, that's gonna make them lose. The government will fail and it will fall. And when it falls, all those people in power will lose their power. All them billionaires, all the money makers, all that will lose power, and the people will have their government back. They can't give the people the government. Because they gave the people the government, wouldn't be going through the dumb shit we go through today. If the people actually had the government. But the problem that another a big thing that these motherfuckers is running into today when it comes down to all this political stuff is, bitch, we don't even need no motherfucking education. No, we don't. You don't even really need the best of education or anything now to get the motherfucking information. So when people are starting to hear stuff and they starting to put two and two together, anybody with common motherfucking sense is gonna say, "Bitch, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like this not right." By the way, if y'all in Texas and everything, make sure y'all get out and vote this week and everything before they start passing some
Yes,
shit.
early voting has already
Early voting has
started.
started in the Carolinas as well.
Be- Before they start passing this motherfucking stupid ass act, Save America Act, which is the dumbest shit in the world. Because like I told everybody, even though you can probably go get a birth certificate, or a married woman can probably verify her information. I do not understand why the United States military cannot do a motherfucking absentee ballot. You telling me that you gonna stop military operation to come all the way home to vote from what? Y'all is now add that with the people that's like older that can't get a hold of their birth certificate like that or whatever. They got proper ID. I don't understand what was the purpose of getting real IDs with all these holograms on the inside of the ID and all that stuff. And now we got to get all this other shit just to go vote. They know man, go vote. They trying to steal the midterm.
But I think that the craziest part is the way I truly genuinely feel is that obviously Trump's them stole the election this go around.
Mm-hmm.
Not even just in changing like different laws and things like that, but physically, I think manipulating the system because they had Elon Musk or whatever. This
Well,
go around,
what they, in addition to the parish, you're absolutely correct. What they did was they made the people feel that the election could not be stolen because of what
Mm-hmm.
they did before when they said the election was stolen by Joe Biden, saying all
right,
of that, and
right,
then they
right,
came back and said and made it seem that all the Democrats and stuff that election cannot be stolen. It absolutely
But
cannot
that's
be
right.
what
But
stolen,
if
y'all
and
you
then you
saying
turn
and to
though.
around
into
so you
your
can
point,
steal the
Arnold, the
election.
thing is that's always been Trump's whole thing. His whole gimmick has always been to project what he's going to already do. Because again, if you
Hmm.
go back to when he ran against Hillary, it was the Russian hoax, but you work with Russia. What are we talking about? Like what?
What was her email? He turned that too. He turned that
Yes,
with Comey. He had
trying to say
Comey
that
come out
Russia
there,
was involved and all this.
and call that woman out and investigate her a few weeks before the election. A few weeks before the election,
Yes, when he already knew that
featured her. Yeah,
he's the one
featured
who
her.
actually has ties with Russia. Like it's sick.
I don't
Yeah.
know these people. Oh, these are really good people. You didn't know them when you was running, bitch. Now they really good people. That
It's
man
so
literally said
sick.
he did not know
Right.
the Heritage Foundation. He has no ties to the Heritage Foundation or anything. Now he's working with the Heritage Foundation.
Right.
I'm like, girl, y'all better. And it just, they kills me.
But it's them also not even understanding that y'all's own people are turning against y'all. Like the people who y'all trying to suppress the voting rights from, bitch, your own base is going to vote against y'all because y'all are also hurting them. Y'all are harming them.
But it goes back to what we were saying about ballroom. That's just like 2804. You can come over this way. That goes back to what we said about ballroom. When the icons and everybody had got together, and then when something didn't go their way, they went rogue. I'm betting on that right now. I'm hoping that happened. Now that shit is not going the same
They not.
the way they
They,
wanted to.
they're gonna be the same delusional. It's gonna be just like somebody leaving their man and coming and reading, and then the minute you start talking about that man, next thing you know they back together. This is
They back
exactly what's gonna
together.
happen.
Right.
These people,
Well,
these
right
people,
now
they,
it's
they,
already
they,
starting to have their own internal
they don't because
beefing.
they don't need, listen. They don't need these people now. They don't need. It's not time. When it becomes time, they're going to manufacture something. They're going to trance something. They're going to drag something. They're going to, then immigrant something. These are the things that they use to pull these people together. When we talk about when the president spent on the campaign trail all this time and energy talking about athletes, trans athletes, and their impact, not even getting into the high school level. They talked about it in college. They were going to ban all of that. Do you know, out of the all the trans athletes, out of all the athletes in the NCAA, there weren't even 30 trans athletes, not even 30. And 20 of them were female to male. So all of this, oh, protect your daughters, it was a crock of shit.
And wait, and if 20 of them was female to male and they're athletic, that means that technically, the way that they look at it, a female is playing with the males. So where's the if they don't have a problem with it, don't look like it's an unfair advantage
But
to them.
but
They
it's
still
but it's working again. The tactic is all about a distraction to
Exactly.
distract again their uneducated base. And this
which
goes to a
they
conversation that
bet
me and my
on,
dad
which
was
they
having.
love.
And over time, honestly, the white man has groomed society to believe and trust in certain outlets to again produce actual reality when that's not the reality that's going on. Like Fox News does not fucking cover reality at all. The shit that they show is
Ever.
all lies. And it's like growing up understanding I used to watch Fox News and again, never thinking in my right mind that these people would literally just be up here just lying.
Making shit
Oh, hold
up.
on, hold on. Let me update this. Based on the testimony from NCAA President Charlie Baker in December of 2024 regarding the 2023-2024 period, there were fewer than 10 transgender student athletes known to be competing in the NCAA out of more than 500,000 total participants. These these athletes represent less than 0.002% of the total NCAA student athlete population.
Yeah.
However, that
That was
became
your first
a focus.
argument. That was your focus. When we got motherfuckers out here hungry and homeless and motherfucking like, girl, what? Groceries.
But
I
we're
keep
saying my whole thing is we're saying that this is our focus, and this is the whole bigger thing with the whole Jeffrey Epstein. Bitch, y'all were raping, abusing children, 9 years old. We're talking about things that again are facts that y'all would literally sentence a black man for less. Where like this is not at some point. At
I'm,
some point, like
I'm still trying to figure out, like I said, and somebody had posted this today, and I said, I get it. Nobody's saying anything that Bill Cosby done or P. Diddy or R.
they
Kelly or
in jail, ain't they? They in jail,
but what we are
Oh,
saying is
Bill Cosby not in jail.
Bill Cosby been in jail.
but he went to jail, right?
He went to jail, yes.
but here goes the thing. Y'all did all this stuff. Y'all wasted no motherfucking time. Bitch, y'all gotta go through all kind of proceedings and everything and blah blah. But like I said the other night when I was at work, it had just dawned on me and it had clicked to me that bitch, this is their norm though. When did white men not do this? Like this has been white America. Somebody said the British gave us the worst of the white, and they sent them to they sent all the evil white people to America, and that's how we got this country.
Baby.
These
They,
motherfuckers so
look, they were probably the murderers and criminals. They were probably the murderers and criminals that came.
and they said, you know what we gonna do? Put them on a ship and yeah, y'all go over there to that land. Then they separated. Man, you know what? This should be so crazy to me. What and then that's just like that Bad Bunny shit, right? I was getting so pissed. I said, just don't look at it. Don't say nothing. Just say, for them to literally be losing their shit because this man was singing in Spanish I was like, what the fuck is the problem?
But again, it's everything that they do is for it's for a distraction. It's for a storyline. Like Trump is still the same Trump from mother whatever. What was that fucking show he used to? The Apprentice. Like we are literally only just pawns in his mental fucking delusion of reality. Like, sir.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. That motherfucker went in there and fired everything we needed. I'm like, huh? But I've been reading but like I said, I've been reading Project 2025 also because I told people even when Trump was running and even when it was the Kamala Harris, we kept saying, "Have y'all seen Project 2025?" How y'all bring? I said it's just so crazy that this is not a conspiracy. This is a legit website right in your face. The Heritage Foundation is telling you their entire plan, only for me to keep on reading, and then go to the new project after Project 2025, which is Project Esther. So I'm sitting up here saying, eventually they're
But
trying to, if they
that
win,
in the Epstein files, it indicates that again, this was bigger than what people are again giving it credit of being. Like this was about global takeover. Like these everybody affiliated in Trump's immediate cabinet are also in the Epstein files.
you know
These
why?
are facts.
This is what was happening. Everybody that was going to Epstein Islands are wanting to be kings.
Yes.
No democracies, king, and just kings of their different motherfucking areas and stuff like that. That's what it's given. Because I'm sitting up here like, this shit is like, it just be really like, I'm like, oh, I don't know. If we don't lose, if we lose the midterms, I don't think people really understand why it is so fucking like this is even more important than when we were saying, y'all gotta vote, y'all gotta vote, y'all gotta vote. First of all, the midterms is raw numbers. For these people that be out here study talking about, oh, the electoral vote and blah blah. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. This is raw fucking numbers, period. These midterms is so important because if we lose these midterms, and they are able to start making the laws that because they everything is the ICE situation, the immigration stuff, the getting the IDs, the suppression, all this stuff is lining up and unfolding in real time that's written out in black and white. But when we get to motherfucking Project Esther, we're going to fucking gag. This is not a conspiracy, it's public information. There will only be girl, boy. There will only be straight. If you are gay, it is punishable by death. Like, what? Like, it's so fucking weird. The shit is so crazy, though. Like, I was like, okay. Y'all don't get out there and vote if y'all want to. And you know what? I think the reason why I get so frustrated is sometimes you got to get outside of your echo chamber, right? Sometimes I find myself living in the echo chamber, and the echo chamber that I live in is the people that know what's going on versus the people that don't know what's going on, right? When I be on the train and I be on the dark line and stuff like when I be on the dark train or if I get in an Uber and stuff like that, I be gagging at how many motherfucking black people don't give a fuck or don't or support Trump.
Right.
It be gagging me how many people say, well, I don't care. I think he a gangster and shit. That motherfucker, he say what he gonna say and do what he gonna do. I don't see what the fucking problem is. But Huh? Y'all ain't paying. Oh, I don't get into all that. I don't get into all that. These people have literally fucked us, like education wise, to where a lot of people don't give a fuck about that. They just want to know, bitch. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind hustling. They
They're
don't
not
mind.
getting anything. They're not getting anything, and that's just the point. They're not. There's nothing that they're getting. That they're just at this point. They don't care. They think whatever his little might or whatever might he has around the world is what they see as some type of power or something. But they're
Yeah,
not. But these folks aren't getting anything that really relevant to them in their daily lives. They're getting nothing
and
from
it's
him.
not and I don't think that they're like they don't see the effects yet. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't came down yet. That's just like I told
I don't see
everybody.
the effects. They damn sure see it
No,
at the grocery
they
No,
store.
no,
they
no,
don't
no.
they
We
don't
see
they
They
it.
damn
don't
sure see it at the
understand that
grocery
they don't
store. They
they
see it.
don't correlate their situation with
It's being tied
with
to what you see
what's
what I'm
going
saying? They're not
on.
that's what I'm saying, Arnold. Like they see the effects, but they're not correlating that the reason this is why it
The reason why
is
this is
because of
happening is
who
because of
is
this.
because of who you supporting, dummy.
Right.
That was just like today. I was in class and this like I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. This really done something to me. Like it really had like hurt my feelings to see this. I was on Facebook. We was in class, and I was on Facebook, but I shouldn't have been on Facebook. But I was on Facebook, and remember Denham. Remember Denham had said, as the Paris Denham posted, ICE is outside on Martin Luther King. Bet y'all be careful, right? And so I was like, I knew I wasn't tripping, right? Because I had just got on the bus. So then when the teacher got finished stuff, we was about to let. I said, hey, everybody, listen. I said, everybody be careful. Cause I go to UNT Dallas, there's a lot of Hispanic people go there and all that stuff. So I said, hey y'all, everybody be careful. ICE is in South Dallas. The way they did not move when we was leaving class was so crazy to me. Like all the black people who was getting up, we was like, oh, okay, cool, boom, boom, boom. They were just sitting there like, bitch, it's here. That shit was crazy to me. So it's like they've already been talking about it. You see what I'm saying? They probably been in their household saying, well, when they get here, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? How what you know what I'm saying?
It's the same safety tactics that black parents have to have these conversations with their children about
On
interacting with the
hoodies
police.
and pull
Hmm.
your pants
Right.
up and
It's the same thing.
It's the same
It's a
thing. Yeah.
matter of survival. Listen, I just saw there were these individuals. There was these guys, U.S. citizens, and they were thrown down and taken in to the police station. One of them was taken into the police station, and questioning him, trying to get him to admit that he committed some crime or something. And this man is like this young boy, scared. What are y'all talking about?
Mhm.
And now then and then the problem. What is even more frustrating than ICE is these stupid ass people. Oh, well, what did you do to make that happen? Or why didn't you just give them ID? Even when they
Yeah.
showed the I don't know if y'all saw the videos of the kids running. They were saying it was ICE, and it was like 6 or 7, 8 kids. They were just running home, and it's sad to see that this is the reality that young children are dealing with, and the people are like, oh well, why are they running? You're white, you don't understand. And even when people say, like, as black people, this is not our problem. No, we
Actually it is,
understand.
bitch.
We understand when we were at the height of Philando Castile and all of them. I'm gonna share something that I probably have only shared with about 3 people. There was a day I was coming home from work, and like the police like came flying up behind me, and I really thought they were pulling me over, but they was pulling somebody over, but somebody else over. But I was in such a panic. I really broke down and started crying because I'm
Yep.
like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's so scary.
It's so scary. It's so anxiety filled. You become anxiety filled
Yeah,
When you
it's
see
like
one behind you, even just a regular traffic stop, and you're still filled with anxiety. It's
But you don't know
crazy.
if that's gonna be your. If you don't know if they gonna,
Exactly.
if this gonna be
right.
your
Yeah, it
last.
was New
Bitch,
Jersey.
this is not
Yeah,
no regular. Let me see your ID, bitch. I don't know what's going on. If even if I cooperate, now we starting to see videos of people saying, "How can I help you, sir? What did I do?" But I get out the fucking car, and they breaking windows.
but here's the thing.
What?
Here's the thing. For years, we have argued. Even us as a society, we've seen people get killed, and we've wondered, damn, what did he do?
Like, what did he
Yeah.
do?
What
But
did he do? Yeah.
now police have been forced to wear these body cameras, and we have seen that. So, how many people you think very back before people were wearing body
When
camera?
body cameras, what did they really
Oh,
do?
he
Nothing.
pulled the gun. He pulled the gun. People ain't never pulled nothing.
And you got the girls saying now, girl, they can stop me. I'm legit. I'm legit. Girl, that don't make no difference. It
And
makes
they
no
pull. Let me
difference
tell you something.
No,
But
whether you're
nobody
legit or
cares.
not.
No, no, but Harold, what got me scared of what? Well, really, to tell you the truth, I'm not scared. I would say alert. Because to be honest with y'all, and people can believe this or not, bitch, my day gonna come, and when it come, it comes. I really don't give a fuck. But it's just the anxiety of bitch, you took something from me, and that's not your fucking choice to make. That's God's choice. But when I seen a lieutenant in his uniform at the gas station get fucking maced and pulled out of his
In
truck
Virginia,
in
right?
uniform.
Mm-hmm.
It was in
What the fuck
Virginia.
is that man going to go do? Like he literally don't have no weapon on him. He ain't doing like y'all just don't. Y'all put
But you,
like what?
but
That
but
means
but
that
but here's the bigger thing that people don't get. Y'all don't talk about it being bad people. Here are individuals that are doing what they're supposed to do, and you still have no respect for. You have no respect for the uniform. You have no respect for
Right.
for none of
Right.
that.
Right.
and I'm gonna tell you this too. This is another reason why I'm nervous about ICE being on my street. Because when they said where it was at, um, I live literally on in Malcolm X and around Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. So where ICE is at is literally on my streets, right? So if ICE is on my streets, I'm one of them people, and anybody that really know that if ICE come at me, that's the day I'm gonna die. Bitch, I'm not showing you a fuck ass thing, cause I'm gonna click the fuck out. Cause I have a big issue with these punk ass motherfuckers that was not qualified to join the fucking military, and these fucking good old boys that could not fucking serve a day in their fucking life out here with a mask up trying to tell me to show a motherfucking ID, and I was born here, bitch. No, I ain't showing you shit. The fuck? That's why I just walk a certain way, and I'm very vigilant, and I try to, cause I know I'm gonna get into it. That's why I don't deal with the police. I know my license shit ain't together right now. Who asked my daughter how many times I drive? Bitch, I ain't driving nowhere, bitch, cause I know if I get pulled over, I'm gonna say, what the fuck you pulled me over for? Bitch, the fuck is you talking about? I'm not showing you shit. And I know that's my attitude. So I just try to stay the fuck out the way and just watch out, tell everybody what's going on, what's dealing with. Like that shit is just anxiety. Then I got nephews that stay with me. And two of my nephews walk home. You know what I'm saying? One of them only walk like one street over, but the other one has to pass blocks and blocks and blocks. And I think it's about like 2 miles to his school, maybe a mile and a half. That's scary to come home every day and say, is he here? Did he make it home? Where he at? Walking down the street to say, oh, and he like, why you keep on me? I'm scared. Like I'm literally like, I don't want nothing to happen to y'all.
All right.
These motherfuckers going into schools and stuff. When they went into that school where they was having a fucking assembly and shit. Are you serious? Bitch, I wanted to elementary schools. Why did the kids?
Okay.
Why they run? Why they running? Why they running? Because they have media, bitch. They see that it doesn't matter if they're 18, 16. No, what people and they send these stories like, oh bitch, well when I send, of course they gonna run. The fucking monsters and the fucking boogeyman is in town now. The fuck? See, but another thing that I'm betting on is this. They in the wrong motherfucking area of the city of Dallas to try to pull any type of fuck shit. Because what I do know is damn near 90% of the area I live in got choppers in their house and they was already ready for the SWAT. So if they come there with that bullshit, it's a lot of motherfucking YNs around my area with teardrops on their eyes. They don't give a fuck about no goddamn ice. And that's the day that I'm gonna be betting on too. I'm gonna be like, ooh, get them bitches. I don't really care at this point. Y'all know I was in the military. My grandmother always told me one thing: make sure you make it back home. You first, nigga. It ain't me. I don't give a fuck. If I ain't doing shit, no mind my own goddamn business. You talking about some goddamn ID? No, bitch, show your ID. Who the fuck is you?
Wow.
All right, y'all.
But
I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later.
all right,
Love
well,
y'all.
Have a
sleep.
good night.
Thank you.
Bye to Paris. Bye, J Rock.
Now that Arnold is gone, let me tell you something about that motherfucking bitch. Cause I know.
Oh, shit. Well, Lord.
Well, thank you all for coming out. You know what I'm saying? It's been a nice night. That was the last category of the night. the ball is the ball is now over. It did last longer than other balls. Lasted longer than the Gulf Coast Awards and definitely lasted longer than
Damn.
the Euphoria Awards. Um
Okay. Go to bed, Scooby.
we'll be finna go to another panel. That's what we be doing all night. But
Oh, my God.
y'all have a good night. We'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning into the Iconic Point of View. Make sure everybody get out and vote this week if y'all got y'all voting in y'all certain areas before they start changing things around. Go get your ID, vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm telling you to vote what's gonna be best for you. So good night, everybody.
Every other girl that they do too much, but this girl mellow. I'm at a fine situation, I go use the girl, I'm mellow. Finally, I find way to talk to the girl, but she know I follow. Who you gonna phone for? Why you know I come for one? Then I start to feel a bum bum one. But she they give me small one. I know, say she got me pass it down one. But she feeling insecure, cause her friends go they come and like chingo one. But they come and like chingo one. Yeah,